Right then, welcome back. Is match 2 Excel versus Reason Gaming. Got the panel with me, Sponge and Csgo. Going to put you on the spot right now. Please, gentlemen, your prediction for map 1, which is Mirage. Let's start with Sponge.
I'm going to go with Reason. And the only reason is I'm really getting on board this Thomas Cuba storyline.
Okay.
It's really got me excited. So I'm happy to bank on that one.
Okay, well done. Csgo, what about yourself, man?
I think I'll oppose that and go for Excel.
See, this is what I wanted.
Okay.
I wanted a bit of rivalry.
Thank you. Finally, it's happening. And why? What the reason for Excel getting this?
I feel like they've clearly decided, like, got something in the bag that they've, like...
I can hear them discussing strats now. They don't have anything in the bag. The bag's empty.
Okay, well, there you go then. Sponge is saying Reason, Csgo is saying Excel. There has been a little bit of a change in the commentating casters over here. I'm going to I feel like I should skip. I want to skip because I'm excited to see this man again. Henry G, welcome back into the building. How's it? We go for one of those. It's cheeky. Guys, you've heard from the experts, they're calling themselves today.
Sure.
The race of the wooden spoon. Predictions from you guys.
I'm feeling Excel, you know. I spoke to Windansky before we came out here, and he seems confident. He said this team's ready. He's got 100 hours in the last couple of weeks. He was absent last week, but he seems ready, and I'm believing. I think he can do it today. Well,
a draw is not good enough for these teams. They both need to win. It's mathematically a chance if they win this week and next week.
There's a chance for them.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm on the Excel train here. Chad's gone for the Reason because he loves a bit of Cuba, of course. There's no dispute.
It is a key storyline.
It's key. It is key. But no, I'm all about Excel. I'm going to believe in them, right? I'm going to believe that Windansky didn't just leave CS open while I went to that wedding. I'm going to believe that he's actually, put in the hours and put in the time.
Okay, well, guys, I'll leave it with you. I'll just get the lift out of here. See you after the map 1 then.
That's why he's the best, isn't it?
You just can't get any better.
Amazing. Well, Lauren, it is going to be Mirage. This is Reason's pick. It's a map we've seen a lot of in the Elite Series, I have to say. It seems a lot of UK teams are comfortable in it, and Inferno as well. So a bit of a middle ground. I don't think I give anyone a particular advantage here, but I have heard the T sides from Excel being very good, very structured as of late. So I'm looking forward to that. It looks like Reason Gaming will be starting the CT side here, and Excel on this T side. Maybe this is the knife run. Maybe I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, you know?
Well, I kind of hope that if they do win the knife, they pick to start on T, just purely because I know that they get that good T side going. We've seen it before. Excel actually showed a lot of promise on it that we hadn't really seen prior to that moment. There's a lot of Boaster as well. Already being said, I think it was Jake said to us as well, that if Boaster gets going and he just starts feeling out the game, there's a lot to be seen for them.
Are you a fan of Boaster?
Do you know what? I like anyone who gets a little bit hyped up, whether it be the smoother side of the scale, where it's more, a little edgy, a little bit dark, a little twisted, likes to get in people's faces. Or you get Boaster, who's just stupidly happy all the time.
I like it as well. I think the passion has been something that's been missing from UKCS for a while. You can hear him. He's winning the knife round. He's ready to go. That's what we want to see here. This is what we come to this venue for, to hear them roar every single week. It's nice to see,
Yeah. Does it make you almost miss being at these events,
Definitely
Henry?
not. No, my playing days, I'm glad I don't have to go through this stress anymore. Like, for me, it was aging me. So I think I'm more comfortable on the casting side of things.
No, I think you found a good place here.
Yeah.
Maybe coaching could be a thing for you down the line.
I'm thinking about it. I'm telling Chad he should go back to playing, and I'll be the coach, and I'll kind of look after him. Maybe him, Jason, and maybe Yanko will make a casting team, and I'll look after them like young cubs, That's what we're thinking about doing.
That's a lovely thought. Practically don't know how well that's going to go down, but we can start talking about this one as the players are starting to ready up. So we do have Inferno coming up afterwards, and it does, again, seem like it's a bit of a middle ground map. It seems like all these teams tend to go towards these. So where do you kind of cut this then? If it's a middle ground map pool, right? So there's nothing to really pull it either way. Both teams have kind of played these before. Where do you look towards? Is it the individuals? Is it the T side, CT side? Where do you go?
The problem we have right now is neither of these teams have won a series as of yet. They're trying to break that goose egg and see whether they can actually get a game on the board. I'm feeling like Excel. I feel like they've got more experienced players. You've got some bigger names there, the likes of JCam. He's been around for ages. Same with Windansky as well. They should have done what it takes to have the anti-strats coming in here, know what they're up against. And like we said, that structured T-side coming in, they will be actually starting on the CT side. So they're not going for that. They won the knife round. We heard them scream, but they've opted for the CT side, which technically is the easiest side if you want to coin it that. But we'll get into this one, shall we? Mirage kick things off, and it's going to be 4 sets of armor for the CT side. Looking at the terrorists by 3 sets for them and 2 smokes as well. So a tactical execution potentially coming in here. 3 players towards Palace with the bomb as well, and a couple of players towards Underpass for now. So that suggests an A split will be coming in momentarily.
So let's keep our eyes on Hoodlum and Cray, see where they put these down towards. I guess pretending it's that B hit more than anything. Let's see who falls for it. There's still 2 players relatively close towards A. Cray going to continue to throw a spanner in the works, but Connor's seen it all now.
Well, here we go then. Connor with the first headshot. Bomb goes down. That means fake has been called, and it's going to be XL finding both frags. Clean headshot so far, not giving anything away. Nice, patient, disciplined play. Now they've got the advantage, waiting for the rotations to come in. It's going to be down to the terrorists to try and work and try and get some frags back in their favor. It's Cinder trying to do what he can, but it's not enough. JKM finds the final 2 frags there, and the fake at the start, it wasn't really convincing enough. I think they had to wait a little bit longer there. Send a player in, at least with those smokes, get a kill, and unfortunately, it didn't really work out for them at all. Good news is they got a plant down, though, so that's something, right? But unfortunately, very clean round for XL. And they're looking like they're hitting headshots at least to kick things off.
Exactly that. Bearing in mind as well, Chad did say that pistol, especially when we're seeing the team struggle so much on the CT side, specifically XL as well, is a great beginning. Gives you that little bit of extra buffer, of course, going forward. So for them, got to be a nice little bit of a breath of fresh air going, all right, that's the first one. Okay, got to keep our heads in the game with that bomb plant coming in. There's plenty of options coming in for Reason. Curious what they go for. Nothing special, really. A couple of P250s, flash on Cinder.
Yeah, if you get a few more kills, you can bring out AKs, 2 of them in the second round.
Now,
absolutely. Yeah. Top tier CS right now, that's quite a prevalent strategy, but the more common approach is get the AKs in the third. Reason this time, go towards that B bomb site, aim to get the bomb there once again. They know they probably can't win this round. They get a couple of kills in a bomb plant, that's a success in its own right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that smoke actually hit a player, so they're going to hear this more than anything. Jacob seems a little unaware, but Luz is watching the push out. This looks a little disjointed, but Luz is keeping the situation in hand. Jacob does eventually fall to Panga, but by now it's all been dealt with. As long as Luz doesn't fall and he keeps that gun to hand, all is well on the Western front. But Cinder is looking for opportunities.
Opportunities not really available to him, but he's certainly looking for them. I'll give him that. Bomb is down. He's going to try and hope a mistake comes in with the CT side, but not going to happen there. 4 kills from Lazap, shuts it down, like we said, towards the B side. Hope for the best. If you get a couple of trades there, it's likely the bomb goes down. It's a long rotation from the A bomb side, but Lazap is baited in by his teammate and manages to find 4 frags there. A little bit dicey on the last one, but the USP finishes the job, and it's going to be 2-0. But now, this is where it gets interesting. We'll have the AKs coming out for Reason Gaming. A good low for Cray, opting for a bit more utility there. So probably $2,000 as opposed to $2,700. They've got 3 smokes to work as flashbangs as well. It's not ideal, but enough to cause some damage here to the CT defense.
See how they go about this as well. Reason's T side, specifically on Mirage, if we go back to the previous weeks and what we've seen, have been notoriously patient as well. Their mid-hold's incredibly passive. We're still seeing it now. And it's been the downfall of a couple of teams when they've got annoyed by it. They want to just push into it. They don't have that discipline. They want to punish it. Reason can turn it pretty nicely. Again, though, Cinder looking for a way through towards A, just playing almost on his own here. No one really there to make anything else happen, but a shoulder shows he doesn't spot it out, but Connor deals with that one-man play, trying to cause issues.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's good teamwork from XL, good communications. They know a shot's coming from the A ramp towards CT spawn. Connor takes a bit of a gamble there, takes the challenge, manages to hit the shot as well. 5 on 4. They've got rifles across the board for XL. Reason know they're not up against AWPs right now, so that's why they're kind of experimenting the idea of walking towards the A bomb site. Doesn't work out for them, and so they'll opt to go back towards B. It's Kamapanga trying to walk in and hope a CT gets caught jumping up. It's a very common position for the CT to try from. Jump up, knife out. You can get your head blown off, and the CTs are aware of that. But they've got that advantage that is holding the crossfires.
Yeah, Connor as well, pushing around all the way through Palace. He's well aware that there's nothing around there. He's hearing nothing. The flash should come through. Jacob again turns. Different spots for different players, but essentially the same crossfire coming in. But Jacob doesn't deliver. Lazar can only find one this time. It's Thomas, the man who returns from Cuba. Returns dominant, it seems. The bomb's planted and a 3v3 begins.
Yeah, 2 frags for Thomas. It's a big retake now. They've got 1 kid available, so suddenly viable for the CTs. Waiting patiently is Windanski, hoping for a mistake to be made by the C side here as his teammates come towards short and Kitchenillo. And Thomas down to 12 HP. Windanski has a bit of damage, but this is looking troublesome now for the CT side.
Boaster still has a kit, so still available. Cray, though, finding Boaster, and now there it is. The shutdown between them all. The crossfire was perfect. Great after-plant positioning, and it pays off well.
It certainly does. Good job by Reason Gaming there after losing the first frag as well. Been a nice quick call towards that B bomb site. Contact play, walking in. They seem to be aware of the CT setup for the XL guys. This is similar to what they played on the second round as well. That spray down from Lazar didn't really work out in the same sort of fashion up against the AK. This Thomas, you're absolutely right. Finding 3 kills in the round. Returning strong. There is a buy available for XL, but it's not ideal. Lazar, known to be a decent AWP. He brings that out. Jake him down to the 5-7. Couple of Famises there and a UMP. No kits means they have to work a little bit harder for these frags. Lazar knows it. Going aggressive towards short with the aforementioned sniper.
Yeah, good luck trying to catch out Reason, though, in these sort of rounds. Again, Cinder's going to try and find something towards A. He slow plays this. He was towards ramp before. Loves a bit of it. 2 players on the other side. Boaster down towards dark. Connor towards site. Both seem aware this could be a possibility, but no one actually watching it actively. That's a problem. That's a Mac 10 kill that you shouldn't be losing out to.
That's a brave challenge for Cinder to even have the audacity to walk out the apartments with a Mac 10, but it works out for him. So that's one of the unarmored players of Connor going down. 5 on 4 now, but it's down to the 4 on 4. Kampanga's dropped as well, but they do have mid-control. It's Bosa trying to get frags back and doing a very good job, it seems, as well. He does take down Cinder and has control of the A ramp.
Yeah, huge problem now begins just purely to the fact the bomb's there. If they don't get rid of Boaster, if they don't clear this out, it could be problematic, but no, Thomas is on the case again. And Boaster trying to wait so patiently, trying to bide his time as his teammates are falling around him. It's down to him and Jacob, and the A site is now smothered in the opponents. Will they still be aware that this could be a possibility? Knowing that Boaster did strike previous, it looks like Thomas is aware this could be a chance. He's checking on it, but will he check thoroughly? It does indeed come through, a jumping headshot. You love to see it.
We do indeed. It's up to Jacob now. Gets the shot through the box. Now he's got a chance for this one. A 2 versus 1. He's got a smoke to work with here, but no kit. They know exactly where he is, and surely he'll be taken down momentarily. Quay doesn't have to take this challenge, but he does not care. Manages to find the headshot there, and it was down to Boaster. You're absolutely right. He had to make something happen there, but with 40 seconds on the clock, Thomas hitting every single shot as well. There's no reason not to check that before the bomb goes down. So good job by Thomas once again. 3 more frags for him, racking them up, and we should have an eco here for Excel. Maybe a chance to work out with the players here. You can see them discussing what sort of approach you can go for. Some upgraded pistols, Deagles, 5.7s, and another Deagle as well. That's in the hands of Connor. So you can go for a stack. You can basically stack the B bombs and hope they go for a rush and make a mistake in that regard, but that'd be a misplay from Reason at this point. Good job by Thomas once again, opening things up. Finds Windansky, and now it's going to queue. He knows they're eco. He's hungry for more frags here.
Yeah, and if he gets confident, we're already seeing great plays from him just at the very start of this game. So if he really starts rolling, it could be good. But Boaster's still going to find a little bit of room to play, but not without Thomas finding an instant rebuttal. So there it is. Thomas going to pad out the stats. 4 kills. A lovely little touch for him in that scoreline.
Yeah, he's getting there now. He's looking comfortable. I've been impressed. A player that wasn't on my radar, certainly before I started casting at the Elite Series, but he's got my attention now. Can he continue this form? Early days on Mirage, but he seems to be carrying the team at this point, finding great opening kills in every single round they've won so far. And there's another 4K for him. He found the first and he got the last as well. All headshots towards the end. That's quite impressive, I have to say. Another eco for XL. Deagles, oh no Deagles actually, 5.7s, P250s it seems. They've got some bomber to work with here, but it's the full execution coming in from Reason Gaming. 4 players towards the A side of the map, but it's great. He's battling towards middle and battling very well indeed, but Windansky does take him down eventually, but he goes down to 23 points of health.
Oh, there's those hours kicking in for Windansky. Jacob as well going to find Thomas. That's the danger man gone. That could actually be a big change of events. We'll see if Hoodlum, Cinder, or Kamapanga can actually find anything in this. Still a bit of utility on the alt plant, plenty of molly still up, so this would be very tricky for Excel to pull off unless they get away with some sort of murder here. And time beginning to tick even further. No kits available, means it's even trickier. Laza gonna find one, still very much possible, but there's Hoodlum, timing it well, spots out the other, swings on it too, sprays in wildly, but this should be all over. Good, costly damage, but surely Cinder's not going to let this one slip. No chance of it. There it is. Good damage from Excel considering what they were working with, but around on the board nonetheless for Reason Gaming. Yeah, it's something for the Excel guys, but they're going to be buying up next round regardless. Reason got a nice array of cash right now to work with, so they're absolutely fine. Sure, it comes down to the 1v1, but unless you're winning the round, it doesn't cause that much damage to the terrorist side. So promising, at least for Excel. They'll have the double AWP setup going into round number 7 here, Lauren. So that's potentially the strongest stance you can possibly have, but Excel, especially a lot of UK teams, not known to have really primary AWPers. Laza has been impressing us in recent weeks. We'll see if he continues that form here as he boosts up. Nice movement to actually get up there, nice and fast as well. There's a gap in the smoke, but flashed off, but it's Connor to strike first. He takes down Cray. That was from the connector, so tag team duo going there with a double AWP setup. They're going to have to 5 and 4 once again, but they have thrown these rounds away in the past. Yeah, this is a very different look here, coming out from Reason, a very fast mid-take. We haven't really seen that much before. It didn't go so well that time against the double AWPs, but still plenty of chances available. Still got utility to play through mid, can cut off some of those, I guess, tougher places to play through. Bit of a deep smoke towards connector. Hoodlum can now check the corners, having a look towards short, but Excel just kind of hit the brakes for a second. Fall back, don't allow any picks to happen. It's another big round for them. Heavy investment in those double AWPs. You can see they've got a couple of kits to work with, but lacking utility, getting bled out right now. Sure, they have the advantage, but Windansky's low. We're going back to another contact A play potentially here as well. Hoodlum in towards the connector, trying to find this first pick. If he gets this, certainly an opening. That's going to be their cue to strike at this point. Yeah, Boaster could still be pivotal here. You can see Windansky seems aware this push could be coming through. Fire comes in, but Boaster gets handled. Windansky is there, and Connor will pick up the slack. The bomb still in the hands of Kamapanga, looking for a chance to go down to place. He needs Thomas to step into this and find some security within the map. 38 seconds, and the retake will have to begin from Excel. Kamapanga and Thomas. Thomas with 2 kills once again. He's been playing lights out CS, and this is the problem now. 2 AWPs in the retake, that's not ideal. They're all coming from CD spawn. A lovely headshot there, but can't get more than one. It's down to Thomas once again. There's the first. Now it's down to Laza. AWP in hand, knows exactly where he is, but he's on 21 points of health. It's not enough, and Thomas does it once more. He's finding frags every single round they're winning. He's stepping up.
So good. I agree.
So good.
So good. That's
So
lovely
good.
stuff. And that's a huge round. Like we said, a heavy investment. It's another gutting loss there for Excel. They had the advantage. They found those opening picks. And once again, the slow, methodical play from Reason. And the great fragging from Thomas, I have to say, wins them yet another round.
Yeah, when we were watching Reason earlier on in the season, I guess we could say, without seeing them with Thomas there, it felt very flat. There wasn't that kind of punch.
Sure.
There wasn't that firepower to follow it through, but it does seem with him back in the mix, you can see what the plan is with him. You can unleash him slowly, but, well, there goes his head. Windansky going to find the Deagle.
Something to work with here. Deagle can be very deadly on a map like Mirage. Lots of long-range encounters available for the CTs. Windansky showing us what he's made of there with the first headshot. CT's now going to try and capitalize on that as well. Control of the B apartments. Jacob doesn't have to push any further than that. They can actually gamble towards the A bomb side. Leave Jacob in that position, take a bit of a risk in that regard, and hope they can find the next frag here. They haven't recovered the rifle, of course, that's towards top of middle, and the T's would probably be smart to throw that away out of the map if possible. We'll see where that comes in. They go back towards B here. So Jacob, he becomes the point man now for XL. Needs to find at least one frag here. If he goes down with nothing, that's round over. You can see the minimap right now. The rest of the CD players all towards A. Jacob has to find at least one. Flashman comes in, gives away his position. Now he has to fight, but won't get anything for it.
No flashed, nothing really, sadly. Hoodlum's going to flash up his own teammates. That's always nice. But by the end of the day, and everything's said and done, this shouldn't go anywhere other than another round on the board for Reason Gaming. Fully suited and booted. Connor hoping that someone will play into that Deagle. And it's Boaster to go down, and now just down to 2. Windansky does at least recover that rifle that wasn't removed by the Reason side.
Yeah, a little bit impatient there, I have to say, from Jacob. He's got himself in a nice position there. It's a difficult angle for the T's to check. Sure, they can utilize the grenade to try and flush him out, but normally they're going to walk around and try and refrag there. He gets one frag, they still have the advantage, and they buy themselves some time. He flashes in, goes down, and like I said, that's pretty much round over at that point. It was a nice attempt, but didn't really get anything for it. Windansky trying to save the AK-47, who's the player that opened things up with that Desert Eagle. Finds an AK, now he holds towards the B apartments. Shouldn't get anything out of this. Obviously, the round's going in favor of Reason. They'll find themselves at 6-2. But XL, racking up the loss bonus at this point, should be able to buy orbs once again, especially with Windansky saving the AK-47. Or will he? We're not sure. It's tight, but he does it. Takes down Cinder and manages to survive on 100 HP. So 2 kills for Windansky that round. Gives him an extra $600 to work with. And like we said, he can drop that AK if required. You can hear him discussing the idea now. Do you want to go for the double orbs again? Distribute the wealth around, but Reason, they're in such a great position right now. They've just been running defaults, nothing too flashy in terms of the execution, getting those opening picks, and the clutch has been going in their favor. Double orb does come out once again. 13 kills for Thomas, just to note as well. Windansky, he's looking to get towards underpass here. Wants to go towards short, I think, but opted to go underpass, and Connor will be backing him up from connector.
Oh, Connor carefully does it. It is postured to be this A hit eventually. A little bit of presence shown towards middle from Kamapanga, but falls off it. It'll be Boaster on the other side, jump peeking away on this. He does have support there in the form of Connor playing from the stairs, but these hits are hard to handle. It might be a retake from the very offset here. They have no man to really play, and there's no shots to be found, so they do back away. They will give up the site. Boaster just needs to stay alive.
Laza finds that first frag, but the bomb was about to be planted there. It will go down eventually. That's down to Cray. And now it's a 5-4 once again. The CDs have got kits and utility to work with. That double orb setup on the retake, Lauren, it's so difficult. And this is when it's at its weakest stance.
Fine place for it to work, and I'll be thoroughly impressed. But Thomas last time came alive in this. Connor has at least found one. That's Cinder gone. Maybe a chance here, and Connor again. And Windansky on the flank. This could all go very badly for Reason, unable to really make a stand out of this. And Kamapanga unlikely to make anything work as Windansky does find the time. They keep 5 alive in a defuse. Maybe XL starting to feel out the game a little more, but that's the first time in a while they've looked, I guess, diligent in the way they're playing that CT side out.
Well, that's much better. Obviously, the change of pace and Reason now, like we said, they've been running default so far. They went for their full A execution off the bat. It's a nice idea. They haven't presented that as of yet. Throw it in there. Smokes went down, but Connor with the AWP stepping up. We did get a little bit worried from that point. Once the smokes are down, the bomb's planted. As long as the terrorists holding the crossfires, they should have the advantage there. But Connor finding AWP shot after AWP shot manages to win one of the first gun rounds here for XL. Remember, they won the pistol, that 2-0 start. Been a bit of a nightmare since then, but here we go. Windansky looking to rectify previous mistakes. They find the first 2 frags. Boaster with a third as well. It's looking much better for XL.
They're finding ways to fight back in middle, it feels. Finally getting something working for them. Cinder does at least find one towards A for Reason, but by now the bomb's still stuck at the top of mid by those boxes. One molly's going to make it very uncomfortable, as is that spot from Boaster, just holding it. And maybe, just maybe, we can start hearing Boaster a little more.
This is what we want to see, the lack of respect Counter-Strike. I think pound for pound, XL have got more firepower available across the board than Reason Gaming do. Sure, Reason got Thomas playing lights out right now, but I do think XL have got better players to them. So that's what they need to be doing. Start taking those jewels. Now they've got the AKs out, a bit of confidence, a couple of rounds in a row. Let's get aggressive. Let's find those first picks. Don't allow Reason to have full control of every situation. And they have broken the money somewhat as well. We can see a partial buy coming for Reason this time. CZs, Deagles, and a couple of smokes as well. That suggests an A-sided play, considering the set up on the mini-map right now as well. You're going to see all 5 players committed to this side. 4 players in Palace as well. So probably a smoke towards CT spawn, flash out, hope for the best, hope you can get a refrag here.
Boaster, no real threats from middle, so he gets to focus on this. It's a nice approach with the smoke there. It does mean that he's so limited, so they will get to the side, bring the guns to bear, and he does find one. Maybe not expecting it there, Thomas. Spray towards the smoke, but they do get a plant out of it. Reason Gaming not walking away with nothing out of this, but still, again, maybe wanting a kill, maybe wanting a little something. Hoodlum, your last man alive. Bomb's planted well for him, but you've got 5 men staring you down. Nades coming through, and Windansky through the smoke does it all.
Like we said, the execution there, the partial buy from Reason Gaming, objective, get that bomb down. It gives an extra $800 per player, and that's exactly what they wanted there. Their money was pretty decent. It was a conservative approach. It could have forced themselves into that round, but they've got the advantage on the T side, like we said. Arguably the harder side here on Mirage, and they have a nice full buy here going into round number 12. It's 6-5 overall. The double AWP setup still out for XL, and we'll see what the change of approach is from Reason Gaming. They might slow things right down here, or go for the B rush, Lauren, it seems. Like I said, there's been a lot of aggression from XL in the previous round, so maybe just trying to fight that by going straight towards B, and maybe finding a player caught off guard.
Bear in mind, this is when Thomas absolutely came into his own. Those 2 kills, he undid the crossfire, but Lazar this time might be in for a lovely shot of things. Oh, there it is. First one connects. He knows what's happening now. Surely well and truly aware. Tries to back away, find a little bit of respite. He does have a teammate, but he's in the smoke. Now smothered. He still fights his way out. Thomas gets destroyed. Oh, surely not anymore. No, he will fall eventually. 2 now stand, and Connor and Jacob are doing just enough to keep this one from spiraling away. And there goes Cinder. A great approach from XL, a good shutdown from the 2 players, and a lovely start there with the AWP.
Yeah, hunting for those frags at the very start. The defense become the offense. It's Lazar this time with the AWP, finding the first frag. You can see there's a full set piece from Reason Gaming towards the B side of the map straight away, trying to counter that aggression towards middle they've been experiencing. They get caught with their pants down there, Lauren. Smokes in hand, Lazar calls it, and at that point you can't really fall back. Everyone's been spotted, you've just got to go in, hope for the best. And Lazar gets that first shot, fall back to the bomb side, baits JKM in. He's in the corner, finds a couple of frags there. It's nice work, and now we tie things up at 6-6. It's Reason Gaming down to another Rico, and Windansky, he's having none of it, or is he? Apparently gets taken out by Cinder, had the advantage there for sure. Does a little bit of damage towards Thomas, but that's all he gets, and gives the rifle over. Oh, they've got something to work with here. They've got armor, upgraded pistols, and now an M4 as well. A couple of flashbangs up to Jacob, trying to get the frag in return, which he certainly should do here as he finds Hoodlum.
Always get a little nervous when they start just pushing on their own. When I've seen it go wrong in the last couple of weeks, I'm saying it's like, please don't feed any more
It's a
guns.
gamble, sure, but that one certainly pays off for Jacob.
Absolutely.
They've got the rifles right, don't really have to go hunting for that frag. At least he gets some intel. They're going towards shore now, and then they probably get Jacob down at this point. Hopefully you go get for 2 frags here, though.
You're going to be hearing the call coming through. Jacob can certainly hear it now. Spoiling the cross. He does have a player on towards the site over by Kitchen, but there he goes. That was Thomas taking down Lazar. This could be a bit of a problem now. Karma Panga going to connect perfectly, and now it's all falling apart. Boaster left in the 1v2. Let's see what you've got, Boaster. You've got a flash, you've got a kit, you've got a chance. Spray on the first, it's not what you're hoping for. The bomb goes in, and he surely knows they're both on the site, but Thomas fighting tooth and nail here to keep this one back in the books for Reason.
Giving away that first frag, it was Jacob that rectified that mistake, but at that stage, opting towards B. Good trades coming in from Reason Gaming. They pick up the AWP, the M4 as well, that bombs down, and like he said, all of a sudden, it crumbled right in front of XL's eyes. Down to Boaster there, definitely opportunity to win that round. Nice movement from the window to get up towards shore. If he gets that first kill, he probably wins the round, but unfortunately for him, missed it. And now 7-6 as Reason Gaming take the lead once again. Another default round from them. 3 players towards middle, 1 holding B and 1 in towards Palace. No aggression from the CTs just yet, but they have got money to work with here. Back in that double AWP set up, and there it is. Lazar finds Thomas. Huge scalp to take down on the Reason side.
Yeah, you can see Karma Panga wanting to pick up the pace here, try and pinch towards A, and maybe isolate those 2 towards ramp. If he can work it out, if he can find out where they are, this could be a problem, but Connor's still with the Deagle. Finds that one, falls off it as well. Molly towards connector. No more threats coming from either Palace nor ramp. He's already pushed a player up there. That's Boaster gone walkabout. It's a nice approach for them. Late round aggression towards the extremities. Always nice to see. Boxing Reason in towards middle.
They've got this huge advantage once again, but they have thrown this away in previous rounds. But Windansky, he wants to make sure this one's a lock-in. It's going to be 5-on-2 now. Crate and Karma Panga. Minutes of work with here. A couple of flashbangs and a Molotov, but 5 kills to find. And Nowhere near a bomb site just yet. As Craig coming in towards the connector, gets his first kill. We've got a chance, but getting pincered in from either side. It's short, and the connector area now down to the 4 versus 1. Craig, they know exactly where he is. Got time to work with it and the AK in hand, but they want to try and take him down nice and quickly. Gets a little bit messy here. Not the most beautiful CS, but they get the job done. Only giving up 1 frag as well. Back and forth game here. They're a 6-2 lead. Reason Gaming looking down the barrel of 7-7 now. Going to the final round, and we'll see whether they can potentially convert this half into a victory. He wants to go towards short. We've got a bit of intel there, Lauren. We
do. We're loving it. Here we go. Lazza, decent spawn for it. Want to have a little go. Reason as well with a shoddy purchase, not feeling they've got much in the bank left, of course. They've been being black and blue at this point. Here goes Lazza all the way around, and he's not sure he's going to hear the steps. They do just slow it down a little, but Panya not being subtle about this one. Molly goes in. That'll hinder any quick hit, and any CT aggression's going to give away the game hit.
All 5 players from the T side towards B apartments. At this stage around, it's not a huge, you could fall back, but you don't know what you've lost. You don't know if middle's been given up. You have no idea if they pushed A's. You pretty much have to commit towards this one. Got 1 player watching towards T spawn, so they're going to be biding their time for now, but not a great position to be in. Still have 1 minute 20 remaining. But 2 smokes, a couple of flashbangs, 2 players on pistols as well. It looks like they will potentially be faking it. The bomb's still down in T spawn as we do have Cinder rotating towards A. Zero to try show something on that side of the map, and then they bust in towards the B site. Jacob, he's not so sure, but he has got a decent position here.
I like this from Jacob. He has no reason to fall off this. Of course,
it's got Lazza baiting him in, right? That's the main approach here. He'll take that shot. They hopefully get a rush towards Lazza, and Jacob gets the big spray down.
This could be lovely. Hopefully they don't second guess themselves when Cinder shows or puts a little bit of noise into play. But the flash came through, and he's starting to read it. Lazza's gone down in the meantime. That's a problem, but now it's just... What? Panya just absolutely dumpstered Jacob. You've got to be feeling that one the next day. But Windansky wants to do everything he can to try and keep this one going. And he makes it through the smoke. And it's Connor again. This guy is starting to deliver. Boaster's a mile away, but he's working on the flank. But is the time right? Cinder trying to escape. Finds the window spot. Gets spotted out. Now they can quicken the pace towards the bomb site if they fancy it. If they fancy their odds here. They know the Hoodlums pretty alone. It's a long old rotate if you don't get that.
Kills, and you see more of that. And it's going to be a slight force buy here from the seat. He's not fully committed. Thomas and Cray have armor, but Karmapanga's got the scout. Hoodlum and Cinder with Deagles and 5.7s, and a bit of head armor to go with as well. XL, 3 rifles. That's what I like to see. I'm not a big fan of the 5 SMG approach, so a lot of teams are running with right now, experimenting. But this is quite traditional CS right now. 2 SMGs to work with. Throw them to the bomb sites first. Look out for the stacks and try and find that first pick. It's Lazza to do damage towards Cinder as he works the B apartments here.
And, well, you said feel out for the stacks, and that stack is over towards A. 4 players currently there, so see if they work this out. Hard to get the intuition going on it, hard to find any sort of play at this point, but Excel are taking their time. They're in no rush. They have Molotovs, they have utility. They can speed up whatever they need to. And now you still see them waiting. See if there's been any CT aggression as well. Nothing shown towards mid as Boaster slowly works his way just a touch forward. Smoke in from Windansky.
There it is.
Lands it. Very proud of you. There's those hours coming through. And a late mid take.
100 hours, apparently.
100. It's a good smoke.
Yeah, you can see it's paying off. That's all I can say. They go towards middle, quite methodical stuff, getting some basic map control. We talk about mid being one of the most important parts of the map here. It's up to Cinder, that Desert Eagle, alone towards B, but his teammates are rotating, and they've got an inkling they could be finishing on this side of the map as well. But Cinder, he's got his work cut out for him. 2 players from short right now, and he has to start hitting these 1 digs.
Cinder needs to land one of these, but nice timing from Excel to working together. Thomas is still alive and kicking, though. 8 HP, not for long. Not much more to be found, it seems. Connor's really trying to put in the work here. Yeah. At the moment, it does seem. The rounds are getting a little bit close, a little bit scary when the damage starts coming through and the deagles start to fly, or the pistols, bear in mind. Connor's doing pretty well at keeping these rounds together. The last 2 players, though, very little to be done. You might as well just try and keep what you got in hand.
Yeah, there's no reason it's giving this scout away. It certainly can be used for the next round. If you're not familiar with CS, it's the lesser sniper rifle. It takes 2 shots to the body for a kill, or if you get a nice little headshot and find you an insta-kill in that regard. So definitely something you can do with it going into round number 18. There will be an eco technically, but Hoodlum saving his head arm on the 5.7. Just hoping that XL come hunting here. It's very unlikely to come all the way towards Palace. Difficult choke point to try and find frags here, but XL managing to pick up a clean round there. Towards B, Lazza goes down. Now it's in the hands of Thomas, of course, with that CZ, but pretty comfortable overall, and they'll take the lead to double digits here. 10-7 in favour of XL, and like we said, they are known to be a T-sided team. So that's both pistols going in favour of the XL side. Remember, they did give away round number 3 in the first half, but for now, looking quite strong and confident. And now, going up against Sure, a full eco, but that same scout, that could be problematic. We have seen it in the past where, especially on a map like Mirage, you have options towards the B apartments, you can jump up, it's not as strong as it used to be, but you can find maybe a cheeky kill here or there.
Yeah, and there's a couple of pistols joining it as well. P250s, 5.7s here and there. Why not? You still got enough to buy into that next round. So looks like Excel going to fall back to what looks like a pretty standard A at this point. Again, the same stack though. Curious if there's going to be any ramifications towards this or if it's all going to go well. Laza working up towards ramp. He could be the first victim to feel a little bit of this stack here. If he doesn't check his corners again, it's kind of hard for him to find both kills here at any singular point.
This will be the contact play, some basic Molotovs deployed just to flush out any CTs, any nuisance players beneath them. We have got Jacob towards the B side of the map. Mac 10 in hand, he'll just be running in by himself. Try and find a kill, ascertain the information. He's saying no one's towards Bs. They might want to think about this. Could be another A stack here. They could just go in and actually find the kills. That's probably going to happen either way, but I would say we're playing really calculated CS. You let Jacob do his thing. He goes down, so now he definitely will go towards A. Thomas, though, not taking the bait. He's ready and waiting. They're doing damage here as well.
Yeah, that's lovely work between Hoodlum as well, and coming from Thomas. One more bullet!
Oh.
He can't find it! Somehow Boaster is still alive, and he's got Connor, who's been absolutely sublime thus far, and it's down to Cinder. Still a little possible, just purely the fact that Boaster's so low, but the first man, the big challenge, was Connor, and he will not relent. Again, close rounds, but no matter what, it does seem as though they're going on the board right now for Excel.
Yeah, it's a bitter pill to swallow coming that close as well. One bullet separated that round from being a victory there for the CTs. If Thomas gets that kill, Boaster 5 HP, that's a different round in its entirety. But still, it's XL coming out on top, 11-7 now. And this is a difficult round for Reason. You see no kits, no AWPs. Sure, they have some smokes here, but no incendiaries either. If I'm XL, I'm doing something fast-paced. I'm throwing out a strategy straight away here, and that's what they're looking to do. All 5 players towards the A side of the map as well. I like this call. They know the force buy game in the second round here. Overwhelm them with firepower. They probably won't have the utility to hold off a full execution as well. So this could be promising. Boaster, one of the star players for XL going in first, but Connor, he takes the lead.
Yeah, utility gets put up, and there goes Connor again. If it's working, just run with it. This guy runs over Cray, runs over Hoodlum, and the A side is essentially theirs. Jungle's got a bit of a problem on it, as does Says, and you see it now. It's Thomas! Finally finds his form on the CT side. 3 kills come back to back, and the plan gets stopped.
That gap in this smoke, you got to look out for those. It's a little bit problematic. Normally not that large. Normally even in pro level CS, we have a slight gap in that smoke where it shouldn't be that easy to get 3 kills like that. Beautiful display from Thomas, I have to say, but still a bit too easy for him nonetheless. We're going to see if Connor can do anything about this. It was looking so good for them. The Reason Gaming, they're back. It's going to be 11-8. Connor with 2 kills so far. Great openings to the bomb site, but the retake from Reason was too strong. Got a minute to work with here. Bomb not down. And we'll see whether he can do anything about this, but it's unlikely with only 2 points of health. If he finds any kills though, Lauren, that's fine, because the money for the CT side is going to be low. 1 kill here in my book is a success in this situation.
All right, he's having a little peek over towards jungle. Molly goes in. Now, we do have Cinder pretty close by, and considering he's 2 HP, pretty much a strong breeze will do the job. And Thomas will go above that necessity and goes for the rifle. So, nice job from Thomas. As said, he did get allowed a little bit more freedom than most would. Bit of a shame that that's one of the main reasons that you kind of forfeit going around after 2 big entry kills like that from Connor.
Yeah, especially those first 2 kills. The smoke's down as well. It looks perfect. You're set up, but the gap is just too large, unfortunately. And sometimes it does happen. You hate to see it, but it comes in every now and then. Round number 20, it's 11-8 Reason with the upper hand now. As you can see, the force buy from XL. It's going to be Windansky down to the P250, Jacob down to the SMG as well. They're lacking utility, but they have got 3 AKs here, and 1 in the hands of Connor, as you've pointed out a few times, has been pretty spot on for XL. It's round number 20, a big round for either side. Whoever loses this will be in a very difficult financial situation. Give the advantage to Reason for now, considering they don't have any players on the pistol like Windansky, but still, with the smokes available on the flashbangs as well, we know they're a tactical side, XL. Maybe we could bring something impressive here for number 20.
Let's see what they've got left. I like the CT side aggression here. We saw it coming in from XL as well.
Yeah.
Karmapanya pushing up where Jacob was not too long ago.
And you can see Cinder, he can fall back now. That information that's set up in place, it's a bit of a gamble, sure, but you just got 1 player in B, you can focus towards the A side of the map. And Thomas on the Cinder blocks right now wanted to try and get a bit of a gap there, but the smoke negates that possibility and have to fall back here. Splashes towards middle, but mid control granted towards XL generally. They'll go towards Connect here, looking to finish up in an A split, but the bomb's still down in the B apartments. That's with Laza. So they're still just trying to work a pick. It's not clear as to where they'll finish off. Reason seem to think it'll be a B-side finish with 3 players there at the moment, but that's still fine. Bomb's still very far away from either side, and the A-split will eventually be coming in. See that bomb towards T-spawn right now? They have got 1 smoke remaining. Use on the bomb side, CT spawn, flash over. Seem to be hitting shots at this point.
Well, Connor certainly been doing that. Gonna be tricky this time though. Great. Could be walking into a bit of a trap here. Flashed in though, it's perfect. He caught a little bit too much of that. Has to swing wide on it. That's the bomb down. 20 seconds now remain, and Hoodlum knows he's about to be pinched on, but he can't find the fight. It's Jacob to break through, and now Thomas makes his way around towards CT, but that's the move they made earlier. Almost ready for the retake. Boaster gets boosted towards the window, and now with the bomb planted, it's a 4v2. And it looks like the CTs have run out of that. A little bit of luck this started to work for them. Oh, that's a shot though. Thomas absolutely bangs out Connor.
2 versus 1. Cinder with the kid and the AK in hand as well, but he has to find these hiding terrorists. Gets this kill, he's got a serious chance here. Jacob taken down. Now we've got something to work with here. Windansky, no nades, up against Cinder. He's got 70 points of health as well. Bomb ticking away though. Windansky knows it. He probably has to do a fake defuse. He can't go for the full, but Windansky takes the challenge before he even gets near the bomb. Finds 3 kills in total. It's a big round for XL to win as well. That was the force by a player on an SMG and a pistol as well. Windansky starts on the PT-50 and finishes with 3 frags with the AK-47 in hand. Lovely stuff there, and I have to say, one key problem there for Cray. It was the perfect play. He gets flashed in towards A-ramp, but he flashes himself. His teammate just catches him as well. He could have got 3 kills out of that. Gets 1. It's not really enough. That's a cue for the terrorists to fully execute towards the A side of the map. They get the refrags, and like we said, Reason now is seeing die straight. So you can see they've got the CZs, the Deagles, and 12-8. XL now are going to be in touching distance of this first map. Likely to be 13-8, but stranger things have happened. As Chad pointed out, both these teams quite weak in the anti-eco situations.
Yeah, Cinder's the man who's going to have a good chance of this. Molly's not going to go all that close. He's still fine, but flashes come in, and now it's going to be swing time. Good flashes, keep him completely blind, and the site's there pretty much. It was, again, another bit of a stack towards A. Seems a bit of a regular occurrence for Reason. Why not give it another go? Maybe they'll fall for it this time. Not to be the case. Windansky going to get the bomb down. Smoke goes in. They're not really taking too many risks here, XL, and I kind of like that. Keep it nice and clean. Use that utility you've got. You've got money in the bank
here.
It's not bad, is it? Go for a bit of it.
Yeah, why not? It's good stuff. 5 players alive. I'm not usually a fan of 5-man plays towards B on anti-ecos, but if you get all the grenades down, you kind of cover your wrist, then you're normally okay. Reason will find a kill in return, but it's only 1 so far. Connor looking to take down Hoodlum. That's a nice shot with the MAC-10. He at least makes this expensive for XL generally, but Lazar trying to find the final few frags here. Not really worth it. He's the one who's got a weapon to lose here, but finds the first, taken down by Thomas, who's been causing so much damage here, but can't find more than 1 frag. It's Boaster with a double kill, and this Hoodlum now to save the AK-47. That will certainly help them out going into the next round. We know the money is in slight turmoil for them at the moment. 4K per player, the saved AK, that certainly helps them out, but Boaster's getting fired up now. Still not out of this just yet, Reason. Win one of these rounds. Money still hasn't really established itself on the T side, so every round counts at this point. Rifles come out once again. No possibility of the AWP. Cinder, low money, has to bring out the FAMAS. It's a bit of pill to swallow. Could have been dropped UMP by his teammate, but opting for more firepower here. They've got 1 kit to work with. Ooh. Connor with the MAC-10 as well. We've got 3 unarmored heads to work with.
I'm pretty sure Windansky's just going for a fast A. He had a brilliant spawn for it, so he just wants to run in and try and get the kill as quick as possible.
Oh. Nice idea.
For a second, I've got a great spawn.
Didn't quite stick the landing.
No, the landing was a little off, wasn't it?
No.
Not
Well,
great. I like the idea. Spawn-based CS is a nice theory. Doesn't always work out well if you're just going to go in like that, but again, this could be a difference maker. The bomb's in middle as well. This could be big if he got that kill.
That's just not a good play. That's just a bad call. You're by yourself. You've got the man advantage as well. You've got an M4. Everyone's weak in terms of the money. Why give away that advantage? That's not a good decision for Thomas. He's playing so well so far. The fall of this saddle as well. That could be the round that decides it. But Gray's fighting back with Cinder as well. They take the advantage back. He's down to 15 points of health, but Lazar and Jacob. Smokes and Molotovs available. With the bomb now, as Jacob picks it up, it's going to be Karma Pangu, though, to presumably secure the round. But Jacob, like we said, a grizzled veteran of Csgo. We'll see if he can step up here.
He's got 1v1s to a degree. He might be able to get something
just
done.
1 kill, then we've got something interesting. But Hoodlum, he just shuts him down. Before we have a chance to make it exciting. Yeah.
just ruining all excitement. Thank you, Hoodlum.
Well, yeah. Thomas did his best to give that round away. After getting that advantage, those sort of rounds as well, that's a godsend. If you manage to get the first pick, you're in such a good place then, especially when you've got low money. Thomas wanted to add to that total, but by himself, not being flashed in or anything, I wasn't a huge fan of that decision, but still, they win the round, so no harm, no foul. XL know they have Reason on the ropes here, so they're going to be forcing into this one. They know they can steal this round away, that's pretty much a game. Maybe 14-9, money, reset for Reason, so I definitely don't mind his decision. They've got a few rounds to work with here in terms of the deficit, so absolutely fine. Going towards B, it seems as well, with Jacob lurking away towards the A side of the map. He's by the connector right now.
Yeah, Luz is the one close by. Karma Pangu on the other side. Having a little leap. As a look, I think he's caught a glimpse of one there. Going to know what's going on. Yeah, utilities come in. XL do make it through relatively scot-free until then. Boaster and Luzza. What? How?
Karma Pangu saw them cross over and then seemed to be surprised when they shot him in the back. Yeah. Well, what can you say about that one, Lauren? Like, you have to save your weapons at this point. Like we said, the money to be reset here. Cray and Hoodlum have no choice. That was really strange. Maybe a lack of communication maybe for his teammates towards the bench position, but he was exposed there. Saw them cross over. Maybe he's expecting them not to fully wrap the bomb site. They've got Tech 9s and stuff. Why wouldn't they? They've got that run and gun potential, and they managed to find all 3 frags there. Nothing in return. Some decent damage from Reason, but that's not going to win you rounds, and that's a nightmare. That's what that gamble was saying for XL. I didn't mind at all. They do win this round. They pick up rifles, giving 5 players alive here of armor. They've gone straight back into this in terms of the financial situation, and now it's Reason, desperate to save anything they can, and it's definitely worth the hunt for XL. Go towards despawn, try and find, if you get 1 kill here, even if there's a couple go down, definitely worth it. 14-9 overall, bit of a blunder there from Reason. B side seems a bit of a problem for them generally, but no shouting from both of them. Oh, there we go. There it is. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, that is a massive lack of communication or just awareness. Being able to get 2 kills, pushing up on short.
He saw them though, so it's not even, that's down to him individually. Like, he sees 2 cross over. Maybe he's just so focused on getting that first frag and then switching towards that bench position, just never came in for him. It was unlucky, I guess. But the buy coming in, Reason now with the MP7 and the UMP coming out. Rifle save means they can distribute the wealth accordingly, but fast play towards B side once again, up towards short. It's Connor to try and find the first frag. Gonna get Cray with the knife out, and Cinder now in a world of trouble.
Pretty sure he's been already spotted. Yeah, they turned for the flash, didn't really matter. Still comes around and gets the job done. And XL have just kind of quickened the pace here.
Why not?
You know, it's a mercy killing at this point, isn't it? Hoodlum tries to make a bit of a stand of it, tries to stay alive, tries to keep that rifle again, but it's unlikely he's going to be keeping it. Jacob. Jesus Christ. Jacob, what's going on? Hoodlum's left on 16 HP after that beautiful display of wonderful CS there.
Well, it's up to Hoodlum now to try and save that AK-47. Fast-paced counter-strike there. 4 towards short. Get in their faces. Like we said, the CTs with knives, I just didn't see it coming. Don't have the AWPs. That's been the storyline of the CTR for a reason. We haven't really had a full buy for them. They've been chasing throughout the second half. Haven't really found themselves to be established whatsoever, winning 1 single round so far. And then still looking a little bit out of their depth here. It's going to be map point here on Reason's map pick. So this is not looking good for them if they're looking for that 2-0, even a draw here right now.
Yeah, it's really not good. And we've seen the Inferno play coming out from XL. Their CT sides actually started to look far more improved. That was the one thing we started to come up with. They were getting the rotates right. They were starting to put people in the right place. But that's yet to come. This is the round that can decide it all. Reason have very little to work with, of course. Pistols, couple of bits of utility here and there. They do have armor to work with, but you're hoping that you get a game-changer play here. Thomas and Hoodlum, it's on their hands at this moment to make this stick. 3 players working up ramp. Make it 4 now. Can they stop this before it's all over? Hoodlum strikes first. Thomas again. Maybe there's life in them yet. But backs to the wall CS here, and Jacob this time will land the shot. Oh, God, Jacob, no! He's just taking everyone down. Teammates, the lot, it doesn't matter. He wants to win.
4 kills in total, 1 of them on his teammate, but still in a decent shot of winning this round. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Cinder and Cray unable to pick up any of those fallen weapons. So it's up to Windansky now. He's got control of CT spawn. We do have the flank coming in. That's Cinder. He has to be the key player here, but unfortunately the bomb is not exposed to his position. So lots of work to do here. It's map point. Have to go for it. No kits. Need to find those frags.
I guess there might be a gun on ramp. That might be a possibility for Cinder, considering the team kill happened there, but still, that aside, there's the rifle to hand. Does it make a difference, or will it be all over right about now? The nades come through, the push begins. It's Jacob again fighting on the side. He does have support in the form of Windansky, but Cinder's found room. No, once for... They've got a smoke though. Smoke goes in on the bomb. Molly goes out. He's spraying on it.
Oh, no kill.
Windansky! He needs to land this, and the shots come through. 15 HP. Oh, it's a disaster. 3, 2, 1, and the bomb is defused. Reason stay alive. That was a round you should not be losing.
I just want to listen to this. Okay, they're still believing.
Oh, I hit him 90 and 60.
He's all right.
He's all right.
He's still jovial about the situation. He's not smashing desks, so that's okay. It was a touch and go moment in the smoke. It's always a bit scary when you start spamming it. You don't find the kill straight away. Bit of a messy round generally. Jacob with 3 big kills, but kills one of his teammates as well, going down to those MP9s and UMPs, but still, they do have map points. Going to take 5 rounds in a row here from Reason. A lifeline perhaps here as we enter round number 26. That fast-paced play once again, but it's gone a smoked out. A good decision there from Reason. Thomas might get boosted up. He'll have a look. The nade won't do too much damage. Takes him down to 81 HP. His teammate Cinder just hoping that a T boost over in response and get that first frag.
This is nice from Reason. Seems they have the right idea. The smoke's on short. They may be reading the response from XL, and I like it. I like to see that.
Well, here we go then. Thomas desperately trying to get this first frag. Now the smoke has gone down. Looking towards that connector position, but Connor seems to be the way that's a possibility. Watching short like a hawk and making sure no one can take down Lazar, but it's Bosa to strike first. Finds Cray in the window room. But there it is. Thomas being so strong for this team. Is it enough to keep them alive here?
Well, we saw the desperation play to middle from him before, but this time he's not overstepping his mark. He's restraining himself, maybe not making the mistakes, trying to keep his head as clear as possible. And leaving XL to middle, pretty much. They have a fair good shout of control, but they've completely backed away from short, pushing up just one. Karma Panya playing towards those B apartments. He has to keep control of everything if they did decide to go towards B. Still plenty of opportunity. Lazar finding Thomas. This becomes a problem. Windansky towards Hoodlum. Where do they go? It's a quick turn towards A. And Cinder will be the man to get there first. Jacob falls, but there's another in CT. Can he get it? No. Windansky this time will connect. No. And it's Karma Panya.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I believe Henry.
Well, sometimes you got to believe. We'll see what he can do here. He's got a one flashbang. The defuse kit in his back pocket. He's coming out towards short. He's exposed, but he gets the shot through the smoke. That's a headshot towards Lazar. That's the AWP going down. Coming in. Emphatic pace, but it's not quite enough. And there it is. The first map going in favor of XL. Touch and go. They were 6-2 down. They recovered. They won the first half. It looked like Thomas was dominating the server, but they shut him down eventually. Bosa puts the shades on, and they're looking like a solid unit today.
All right, we might have the first real win coming in for XL at this rate. They're going into their map next. Bear in mind, this was Reason's choice going to Mirage. Still a close game overall if you look at the scoreline, but the rounds that came through from XL, you've got to feel it's sat in their favor.
I have to agree, absolutely. Looking like a real solid 5 right now, and Thomas seems to be the only player really turning up for Reason generally. Amazing first half, but seemed to drop off towards the end.
Well, I think that'll be enough from us. You can see Boast is happy with it. We'll give them a second to cool down, but while they cool down, I think we can head back over to the desk so they can have a chat about what they've just seen and their thoughts towards it as well.
Well, there you go. XL versus Reason. Everyone was seeming very happy about that in their XL team, quite rightly, because they win the map Mirage. We'll have a quick break now, come back with some analysis before map 2. is indeed the Elite Series. This is match 2, XL versus Reason Gaming. And this was all to play for because playoffs was still a viable option mathematically for both of these teams, but it finished as a win to XL, which means they are still in the playoff hunt, but sadly, it means for Reason, didn't need to do a sound effect, but it felt right in the same response. Yeah, it should be a button, but hey, they cannot make the playoffs, but they can play for Pride right now. But there was a lot going on in that match. So many things to highlight. What about Connor finally turning up 1 week? We'd heard a lot about that man. 27 frags there. And then again, for Reason, the man doing the business was with Thomas, and everyone else didn't quite live up to that Cuba man.
Yeah, I was quite surprised to see Connor play that well. Like, you know, I mentioned CT sides, whatever. He picked up the AWP, which is something we've not seen at all from him. Like, it was a double AWP setup, and he was pretty much running the show, really, from connector. He was getting a pick, first kills, which normally Luzza does, and he was basically dictating the entire mid control, really. Yeah.
I mean, you know what it is like for professional esporters. They tend to turn up just roughly a little bit later than they're supposed to. But the man Connor rocked up on time, earlier than any of his teammates, and it proves if you get the early bird catches the worm, surely.
Look, I was here early this morning, so...
You were an analyst, you know,
yeah,
you're the expert.
All right. Yeah, he obviously had a good performance. I think I was really impressed with XL's T side, the structure that they had in taking mid control, and once they had it, they would just wait for picks, they'd get the vent room control, they'd have somebody in window, be in connector, ready to get those kills on the rotation and then make a quick decision. And they're playing as a unit, they're playing as a team on their anti-ecos. It was a little bit sloppy. I'd like to see them maybe go to more heavy executes because they work on gun rounds, they're going to work on anti-ecos as long as you use a flash to clear your close corners. So that's maybe something that they can look at fixing going forward. But otherwise, it was pretty impressive across the board on both halves. I think they started maybe a little bit slow. That first half, there was like a period of, I guess, 6 rounds in the middle on their CT side where they were having a really rough time, but eventually they adjusted and had some luck go their way and got some rounds on the board.
Indeed, round 20 was quite a vital little round that happened to really sort of swing the momentum in XL's favour. Got a little highlights here.
You lead the way, I'll follow you.
I think, you know, when you get into this stage of the game right now, you can see the money situation for XL is not fantastic. They've got the P250, UMP, that kind of stuff. They don't have a lot of weapons in their favour. And the fact that they can find so much room in their A bomb site and isolate players and you know, close out from there is really important. And Boaster in window here, he was pivotal because they weren't expecting a player there when that A attack came in. And that was what I was talking about with the mid control. Once they have that and you get that player in position, you can drop back to the extremities. You can attack now from A ramp. You can come up connector. And once you pin to that bomb site, they have to rotate. You're going to find a frag. You're going to slow them down. And you know, it got really close here in the end. But like you said, pivotal round and definitely needed for XL to take this game.
Yeah, and XL's confidence is sky high now. We said that before. You yourself, Sponge, you said you were a hype player, you know, when you felt that hype. They've got a lot of hype going into map 2, which is their map. They chose it, Inferno. Reason playing for Pride? I mean, what was going through their heads right now?
I mean, obviously, it was their last-ditch effort, essentially, to try and make the playoffs. They're probably a bit down that it's, you know, they've lost their map, and I would argue that was quite a convincing result. Like, the second half, it felt, you know, XL would in no way, shape, or form losing that half. And they'll be down, but, like, you know, you may as well fight for Pride and, you know, pick up a point back again.
We have to talk about that eco round situation that was going on.
We're touching on bad CT sides, and now we're going to talk about, like, this is just another thing that needs to be worked on, is the way that you address your anti-ecos. The fact that he can get up mid here and find 2 frags. They were playing so heavy on B with like, potentially 3 players there a lot. For this to happen, it's only 3 kills in the round, and that's it. The bomb goes down, they have to save. It means you're not playing the situation correctly. You want to play an anti-eco for information. You want to have someone spotting and someone ready with utility. The fact you get caught with your pants down there, no one was watching middle, and 2 people die because of that, it means your setup is wrong. It means there's something fundamentally wrong, or the communication was really poor in that situation, and that needs to be worked on. Both teams had instances like that where they lost rounds that really they shouldn't. You should never get that much territory without anybody knowing you're there. And he was running as well, so you have sound, you should hear him. It's just blunders.
Okay, so hopefully not the same sort of blunders that are going to happen in Inferno. They should tighten up on that. No more pants down. That is definitely what we don't want to see in Inferno. But predictions from yourself, SEO, for this one, Inferno?
I'm going to go with XL again. They looked really good in Inferno 2 weeks ago, I believe, against Endpoint, and I think they'll take this quite comfortably.
Quite comfortably, he says. What about yourself?
As much as I believe in Thomas and the executes that Reason had, you know, they had some really good executes to get themselves in after plant positions and made it interesting, made some luck happen. I think, you know, XL just showed me that they're the better team today.
Perfect. He's changed his mind on the reason after that showing. Listen, casters for this, Pansy and Henry G. Inferno. Is it known as a pants down map or not?
I don't even know what that means.
Well, I don't know what it means, but I just throw it out there.
Is it, Lauren?
I'm not an expert on that, sadly. Hank.
No.
Hopefully, maybe we can find someone on the desk who can. Chad's giving it the nod.
Okay, it is.
It's a pants down map, apparently.
Well, we'll find out, I guess, as we get
Yes, we
into
do.
the second map here. It's Reason Gaming don't have a chance now at the playoffs, but Excel still within a shower. If they pick up a 2-0, mathematically they can still do it. Gave us a good showing there, but Thomas looking to shut them down. Great performance there. Fresh out of Cuba, looking to find frags across the
Fresh
server.
out of Cuba.
Yeah, will it be enough on the second map? I'm not so sure. I feel like Excel do have the upper hand. They look like a stronger unit right now. The tactical force on the T side especially was great. This is their map pick. You expect them to win it, but you never know. Now Reason, I guess they've got nothing to lose at this point. Even though they can't make the playoffs, you might as well just give it everything and see what you can do here.
They can ruin Excel's choice.
Exactly,
too.
right?
That's the thing. If you want to be really
Redemption.
bitter about this, if we can't make it, neither can you.
Yeah, that's it.
There it is. There's
a
the
good
real
point.
UK spirit if you want to go into it. If I can't do well, no one can.
Absolutely.
So we'll find out if that's actually going to be the case. Of course, the knife round's going down. Now, curious if we do still see the winner of the knife going towards a CT here.
you will do,
I'd
yeah.
love a T-side beginning. We saw it before, so I wonder if would they dare.
They're enjoying themselves. They've won the knife.
All good fun here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, high spirits.
Are you going to stick with Excel?
Yeah.
You have to, really.
Yeah, I think it's purely because, one, they seem to have done better on their CT sides overall.
Sure.
I think that's a nice little starter for it. They looked better on Inferno when we saw them last time as well before in their previous games. It looked a little stronger. They had nicer approaches. Their CT side wasn't the huge problem there. They just got outdone. So again, I feel that this is going to kind of display that more. For me.
I'm excited. I haven't seen Excel's Inferno as of yet. I've heard a lot about it.
Oh, yeah.
In the back, in the green room, everyone's been talking about Inferno for Excel. So hopefully we can see him step up here today. Connor, I have to say, he's been pretty lights out today, hasn't he?
Boy, I hadn't seen him play like this before. I've been able to cast a couple of their games. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. You've seen Boaster doing well, a couple of players here and there having their moments. But Connor wasn't a name who's been there with the others. He's been quite quiet, but he's fine. He's always been okay. We've seen what he can really bring to this one.
Absolutely.
The part that excited me about this team, though, was the entry power that Boaster brought to Excel. He seems to take the first man-in role on this map more than Connor did previous and what we saw on Mirage. So interesting to see if that's a switch up here. If he does go back to it, the entry kills he got on B, Henry, you're going to love it.
I'm going to love it.
You're going to love it.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The second map. It's the T side for Excel. One smoke, 4 sets of armor, and the fast B approach. All 5 players coming in. Cinder seems to be aware, though, as he falls back, holds a more defensive line here. Flashbang's no good, and he finds the first headshot. Is it enough as he goes down to 5 HP?
Yeah, smoke going to start coming in now. Kamapang is still on the site as well, but the rotates are there. They have players in the right place, and they don't check towards it. They're planting in the smoke. How have they got away with this? And how is Kamapang still alive? Boaster, what is going on? And Karma again, this guy. Tears them limb from limb. No one checks on it. So, okay, I might have overspoken about this.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was a little bit clumsy, but they did get the bomb down. You can see that was their approach going into that one. 5 towards B. They weren't expecting that first shot to come in from City Spawn. That flashbang they threw around the corner, that's designed to push the City player back, but he dodges it, nails the first headshot, and then they're not even checking new box there. The key thing in Counter-Strike is, right, you don't have to rush the plant. You want to make sure everything's clear first, and then you can potentially win the round. Sure, you get that plant down in the smoke, that was their objective, but things change. If frags go down, you can't just be tunnel vision towards that particular strategy. You're taking a player out of the equation. Bombs planted, that's great, but you still definitely can't win the round. If they just clear the bomb side out, they've pushed these players back towards the Ruins area. They take down Kamapanga. He doesn't get 3 kills there. Maybe they actually have a chance of winning it, but still, bomb down. AKs will come out in the third, and Thomas, once again, funny opening frags here as he gets Windansky down. This is definitely an eco for XL. They get the bomb down, a pistol, meaning to get extra $800 per player. Means AKs are certainly a possibility. P90 making a rare appearance. You don't really see that weapon anymore, purely for the fact you don't get a kill reward from it. It's the standard $300, and it costs a lot more than a UMP. So it's nice to see it make a beautiful return here on Inferno.
Sadly reminds me of female CS, Henry.
I was going to say,
that's the problem. It gives me terrible flashbacks to Katowice. Did not feel fresh, but we are into the game. And someone who is feeling fresh is Thomas. He spotted out Connor there, so you can see the pinch coming in. No real hope for him to get much out of it, and the P90 does strike. But as I said, not much of a bonus, and not much else to write home about. But at the end of the day, round of the board, 5 alive.
It's not bad at all. That would do. They know they're up against the AKs going to the third. You want to try and keep all 5 alive. Make sure you have your utility defuse kits, maybe upgrade. Maybe not the P90, like we said, that's quite a reasonable investment for them. I'm not sure why they bring that out considering the bomb went down, but still, it's certainly a viable weapon. Close range, 50 bullets, run and gun. Can cause some damage here. It's sort of down to the UMP, but like we said, the AK is coming out. Jacob on the Mac 10, opting for a bit more utility there. That's something they're lacking. Only 2 smokes and a few flashbangs.
They haven't got a single kill yet, so their money is...
That's true.
...really starting to suffer. Even with that bomb plant, of course, they are able to get by, but it's just not nice kind of plush purchase you can go for. Connor, though, going to be tested early. Lovely shot towards Cinder. The follow-up as well. Connor's made a huge difference, but why are they just slowly walking down Banana like this? Spots out a third. This could, if only, encourage XL now to hit towards LA side.
Lovely stuff from Connor once again. They had the smoke at T-spawn as a Molotov as well, but Connor in the cover, he managed to find 2 kills. We said he's been good so far, but certainly a little bit sloppy from Reason there. That refrag needs to be coming instantly. It was about a 2-second delay there, allowed him to reset his aim. Now they've got the 5-on-3, but still not out of his quite yet. Cray towards the A-bomb side, joined by Hoodlum as well. They have to make a bit of a gamble here. As Thomas, who's been so strong so far, alone towards B, actually falls back. This is a huge gamble from the CTs here. The bomb goes towards B, they'll just let it go in. They'll save their weaponry, but going towards A, they've got a fighting chance of actually having a shower win this round, but it looks like it's the former, as it will be indeed XL. Heading towards the B side of the map, if they get in, they'll probably just do a contact play here. Try and get that first refrag coming in. If the bomb goes down with nothing, like we said, CTs will just be saving absolutely everything, but Jacob finds one through the smoke, just about finds the frag, and that should be it, as Windansky, he finds yet another, and it's just be up to Hoodlum, who's towards the pit area.
And there it is. Gone. Nice work from Windansky, but Connor, again, that work on Banana early, a little bit of a mistake individually, I guess you could say, from Reason, not quite getting the timing right, not quite getting the utility to cover that little cubby corner. Either there's not a follow-up molly towards it.
They did Molotov the logs, and they smoked T-steps. That's the only area they really have to check, right? But that's where the refrag has to come in straight away. They did have a P90, he didn't really have the range. As soon as that first frag comes down, you really do have to go for it. You're quite committed, but it has to be a little bit quicker. And that was a bit of a problem there for all Reason generally, but there it is. XL post their first round. A partial buy from the CT side here. CZ, Deagles, and we can see a Zeus on Kamapang. It seems to be quite a prevalent weapon here at the Elite Series. We've seen a few kills from it, and will it step up today? We'll yet to find out. Kamapang, he's towards the apartment. It's probably the best place for it, I would say, as he lies in wait with the stun gun in hand.
I didn't realise you could tag with it if you're too far away.
You can. I think there's like 95 damage if you don't get him right away, and that was not a tag, but a good chance, at least.
Yeah, and Windansky's actually incredibly good at clearing that sort of spot. He was, I can't remember who they were playing last time on Inferno, but he was absolutely outdoing them every single time. Now, Cray, chance of plenty, but it's Hoodlum to find it. Windansky goes down. That's a gun looking possible, looking likely, and Cray's got it. He can just drop that one down to his teammates, or he can keep it for himself, whatever he fancies. No armor on him, so I'm kind of hoping he maybe drops that over to someone who could have a bit of longevity with it, but still, XL, not really gaining much ground here. Going to slow work up towards B. And there is only one man I can see there just at the moment.
Yeah, good utility usage here so far. It's Cinder, though, trying to buy time for his teammates. You can see Hoodlum rotating in, but both pistols towards the B side of the map need to set up some sort of crossfire here. Terrorist still with smokes, they can throw that towards CT spawn. One towards coffins as well, presumably, as the smokes are deployed. It's up to Hoodlum to spam wildly through the smoke. Can't get anything for it, though. Now it's on Cinder. CZ in hand, new boxes. Has been a strong position for them, and he finds the first kill. Can he get anything more out of this as he picks up the AK?
Oh, God, how is he allowed to get away with it? But brilliant work from him, and now it's down to one man. This is an absolute travesty of a round coming in for XL. Down to 15 seconds here. Laza with the fake. 3 players towards ruins.
That's him done now.
Not with this time left. 8 seconds. They can send one man in just purely to check. Even if he dies, it didn't matter. There'll be another there to instantly get it down. And that was a real error. Again, they're really struggling with that new box spot every time.
It's something they can't seem to get their heads around, is it? They have one player, that position once again. CZ, no refrag coming in. They seem to be smoking off the right position. You smoked off coffins and CT spawn. You've checked the boost. You've got that frag, the first one, but then the CZ once more. There's only one player checking that position, and the refrag is too late. Boaster just has to be brave, and he's already had time to pick up an AK. How has he got time to pick up an AK, calm himself down, and look towards another position? That should not be happening. That refrag needs to be coming in straight away. Should be a chance to even pick up a weapon there. Should be too much pressure applied to him, and it's going to be Reason taking the lead once again. 3-1. We do have another buy available for XL. We're quite a decent one, a full buy. 5 AKs and all the utility required, but Kamapanga trying to find the first pick. Might just get it here as well. Laza, bit of a blunder there. What was he thinking? Falling back from Banana, knife out. Had no idea if middle was covered. They had no nades or smoke presence whatsoever, but he'll go down to 5-on-4. Bit of wall-bang action from Boaster there. Doesn't land anything just yet, but Connor finds yet another opening frag.
I have to say it, XL looks sloppy in the way they're playing. Maybe overconfident after the first half.
I just don't understand that idea to just run out knife out towards the underpass. That's so risky. You have no idea what's going on towards top and middle. You know, it's a big round for Reason. The previous, they probably have the AWP out as well. Very common strategy for the AWP to be top and middle. He didn't have to fully commit towards T-steps. He was just looking for anyone to make a mistake, and certainly got gifted that. But Thomas, I commented this on Mirage as well. When they have the opening pick, He pushed up Mirage last time. Now he's giving away towards Banana. So now it's a 4-on-4, which technically favors the T side. They can group up and go together. CT's have to spread the defenses thin now. And as you can see, Cinder by himself at the B bomb site. Kamapanga thinking about rotating in and helping him out, but still on the back foot here is Reason Gaming.
Again, though, Cinder has been pretty good at biding time, allowing for that rotate, getting players to new box somehow. I don't know how it works out, but so far it's been pretty decent. Excel, though, going to go a little bit quicker on the hit. Kamapanga is there with the AWP. Smoked off now. Ooh, he actually commits to this too. The molly's great. It's going to hold them back for a second. Flash will force him off. But now down to 28 seconds, and Cinder assumes the position. This could be a bit of a problem here. The molly doesn't reach it. This could be what's going wrong for them. They are checking it now. Wrong side picked. Connor will finally succeed. Molly goes in again. Kamapanga can't quite get the angle either. He thought about it.
Yeah, he wanted to push through and try and get that opening frag, but this was the 5-on-4 in favor of Reason. I think they have to save here. They got the AWP on the retake. It's just not worth the risk, it seems, and XL gifted around back there. It's Thomas. I didn't see it from his POV, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but it seemed like Connor, once again, he was at the bottom of Banana when he got the opening frag towards the B side of the map. Thomas did not have to push it. That's the general objective of the CT side. Get that man advantage, then fall back to the crossfires, then you have everything to work with then, as T's have to utilize all their grenade to try and get any sort of map control. And so, Thomas went down without really fighting back. There's no refrag potential. It's fine to go for kills. If you get flashed by a teammate, you want to try and find kills, but if you're going down with nothing in return, that's a bit of a blunder. And you can see Reason now, it was Cinder, like we said, who's been so good towards those new boxes. Gets nothing done. They seem to be cottoning on as to how they can shut it down. He goes down with 0 frags, and 4 players survive for XL. So this good T side we've heard so much about on Inferno seems to be coming to life now.
I am curious if Thomas kind of suffers from that syndrome of needing to overcompensate. So
to be fair, it was through the smoke. So like I said, I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's a different one. I think if we look back at the previous map with that mid play, it kind of stuck in the back of our minds. You could maybe apply it here. Him wanting to just try and tip the scales as much as he can, maybe overreaching every now and then. But that purely situation you can't do much about.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure I covered myself, Laura.
I like that, Henry.
Yeah, so
here you go. Wild sweeping statements. Just you're not doing the analysis test.
No, exactly. Gotta be careful.
Much better. People remember what you say when you come up here, it seems.
Well,
Chad.
It's with 3-2, and like I said, Reason did save 3 weapons in the previous. Kamapanga back on the AWP. Yet to see him really light up the score, but he got that big opening frag, but didn't convert it to a round victory as of yet. Big round for either side here, but Reason Gaming especially. Lose this one, certainly going to be on the eco, and I'll tie things up at 3-3. Default coming in, we've got some apartments control for XL. Both start lining up the flashbang, it seems, as his teammates might go for that mid control and push the CTs back. We have got Hoodlum and Cray towards the quad side, and Thomas, he's patrolling the arch.
See if they commit to this. First smoke to be placed. Deep one towards CT arch. Hoodlum still playing towards quad side. XL making noise towards apps. They are lining up on this. They still have Connor over on Banana, but it does seem as though it's go time. Thomas again finds one, but great work from Windansky to find Cray. You can hear that head pop, and Boaster delivers. Nice hit towards quad. 3 players succeed, and now surely the ace is completely theirs.
Yeah, it's another save, unfortunately. It looked like a nice reaction there from Reason, holding on to the utility. The final commitment came from XL. Dropped the flashbang. The AK's in their hands as well. Just we're getting into the final stage of this round. It's Cinder who finds Connor. It was on the hunt. Like we said, the round is over. They're holding up into the AWP and the M4, and it was Connor trying to shut down those frags. But I have to say, nice communications there in general. Fundamentals of CS from XL. It's Boaster stepping up. As soon as his teammate got in a problematic situation towards Boiler, he's running around the corner, finding their headshots. You did say he was good at cracking open the open of the bomb sites generally. He finds 2 kills there, secures the round. But a bomb site seems to be a bit of an issue here for Reason Gaming generally. They can't seem to find the first pick and fall back. They seem to get the advantages and throw them away. But they will be saving the AWP once again. Cinder with the AK-47 as well. And Cinder Reason flashbangs in their back pockets. And it looks like XL not even thinking about the hunt. They've got Windansky and Boaster, low HP. Won the round. Be happy with that. Move into the future. Round number 7 as we tie things up at 3-3.
Yeah, and of course Inferno. Infamously hard to play retake on. And even if you have decent numbers, you're still in such a tough spot. And this is Boaster just playing into it, well, just walking into it.
Yeah, that's how the refrag should be done. Even if Windansky had to kill him, through him, and they want to get that frag, they get that kill, they know they've won the round. So worth a bit of a risk there. Team kill could have come in, but it wouldn't have mattered. So Reason Gaming, Lost Burners accumulating double AWP setup now. Definitely an option on Inferno. Difficult to make it work. Even at the top level, some teams struggle with this setup, especially towards the B side. We have full execution potential. You have to work a bit harder, go a bit more aggressive like that. That's a lovely shot from Kamapanga. Connor jumping around the corner. Thought he was safe with the smoke there, but his head was exposed above the wall there. Gets taken down. Another 5-on-4 situation in favor of Reason. It's Boaster, wallbanging, trying to push back any CTs that may be waiting for his teammate on the other side.
Yeah, we see this quite often. Windansky then works up and they just take apps control. Wondering if they, how they deal with this. There were 3 players early towards B for the CT side of Reason Gaming. They had, I think it was Cray just early over there in case there was a quick hit towards it or anything of the such, able to maybe suffer through if the AWP didn't quite connect as well as it did. But Excel falling back to what we saw before, but this could be a bit of a ruse. Again, the same smokes go up, Jacob puts it down, and you see the same sort of presence, but there's still players on B. They're still at the top of Banana here.
Well, Cinder's been baited in towards that Banana area. It's going to be Karmapanga try and take the first shot and try and take all the aggro away, hoping to get another jumping shot. It could happen. Seems to be nice and quick. Reloads the AWP just about in time as well. Trying to bait in Cinder like we said. He might be getting a kill here. Could go for the wall bang, but just drops the smoke. Really nice time to do it as well.
Yeah, feeling out the game well. Not many indicators, maybe a step heard or something, Cinder may be calling it, but limited information, good response. Cinder's still here. A little bit trickier now. Bearing in mind that XL do have Molotovs, maybe wanting to use them towards the site. Nice little flash over the top, but he is being challenged. Boaster does land it. Flashed up, Karmapanga needs to fall back. Support's en route, but it's still pretty far away. Cray will be the first there, but the smokes are up. So XL will get the site, or at least maybe if Karmapanga was actually going to miss the shot. No! That's 3 back-to-back, and of course a 4th as well. There's the AWP coming through. We hadn't seen much of it from the Reason side.
Yeah.
But there it is, finally.
That's the ace as well. You got the opening shot at the broken wall position, so that's not bad at all. It's a difficult shot to hit. He's forced back towards the new boxes there, obviously protected from flashbangs, but after those first few kills, you think he would just try and stay alive, but he's feeling it. Found his mojo at every single shot. 5 kills in the round, manages to pick up the ace, and it will be 4-3 in favor of Reason now. XL, though, not backing down just yet. They haven't got an amazing amount of cash, but they will be forced buying into this one. Mac 10s, Deagles, Galil as well. A couple of AKs to work with. 5 players towards B. Let's just rush, boys. See if we can get the first pick. They have Banana control. Looks like they want to go in, but held off by the Molotovs for now.
Good utility usage from Reason. You have it. Use it for a reason.
Oh, nice.
I hate doing it.
So good.
It's horrible when you cast big, isn't it? Everything becomes big round coming in, big kill.
Yeah, that was the nightmare of the major. I did it about 15 times, I think. I actually just felt hating myself by the end.
Oh, dearie me. But an early rotate for Reason. You're going to see Hoodlum pull himself over towards that B site. Now 3 of them play there, 2 towards Dark. An interesting sort of position. It's not exactly the triangle of doom that you can get going towards B, but maybe it'll work. 5 players now approach from XL. They still have the utility to make this play happen, but limited on weaponry. Deagle, Mac 10. Let's see if it works again. Karmapanga, new spot, new look to it, but it doesn't quite do what he did before. But they don't expect Cinder. Play from the same spot. The spam comes in, but Lazza finds the time to get him. And now we're going to get the bomb plant even with that early rotated player.
I'm going to say Lazza, the AWP's on the floor there. Pick that up, my friend. He certainly does, and now he's starting to hit shots. Takes down Hoodlum. 3-on-2 situation. This was the force buy from XL. Decent position now. Bomb planted. He's got an incendiary in his back pocket as well. He can chuck down the bomb if and when. It's Thomas waiting for the mistake here, but they haven't really got the utility to flush him out. Smoke towards Banana. They're desperate at this point. The AWP and the retake we discussed. This is a difficult position to be in, but he's down to low HP. As Lazza now presumably taken down, but Thomas misses a shot. Now it's falling apart. This was the force buy, and it seems to be a successful one as well. Boaster finds a final frag. Thomas can't believe it. I thought that shot was dead on, but unfortunately not for him. If he gets that kill, they might have a chance, but it all falls apart. It's the Mac 10, the Galils, the AKs coming towards that B bomb site. It was an equal trade up until this point. Lazza finds the AWP after this. Once he gets a new box, he shuts the round down.
Lovely work from Lazza. That's just beautiful play, just keeping it in mind the whole time, and that's going to force Reason's money pretty much in the garbage here. So yeah, that's a big round for them to be stumbling on. You can see the money now, of course, creating this issue where they only have the Deagles, a little bit of armor on Thomas and Cray with a flash. Maybe going to try and set that piece in play. Cray can flash the 2 in if they get any inkling of a play towards Banana, but not to be the case. XL going walkabouts towards A, and Hoodlum's going to be having a chance at this. There's one. Oh, there's a second.
No need to go through the smoke. It's all falling apart here. What a blunder of a round. Pushing for their own smoke. They deployed that smoke on top of middle. They did that from C-Spawn. They've ran through it and given the Deagles and the CZ a chance. Why are they in such a rush to get information here? But they are pulling it back slightly. Windansky towards the pit area takes down Thomas with the bomb still in full CD control. They've got AWP. They're going to find AKs as well. That's just a nightmare round from XL. If they recover this, I'll be impressed. But look with the bombers. It's an AK in reach as well with Cinder. Not fancying that just yet. The CZ at that sort of range, that's absolutely fine. Very mobile pistol and can cause a lot of damage up close and personal. It's Jacob now. He has to really be the point man here. They know where Windansky is, but probably don't have an inkling as to where Jacob is positioned. He's in the arch right now with 45 seconds here. They've got a smoke. They can use that towards Boiler. Jacob presumably deployed that, maybe one towards middle as well, but Karmapanga, he's waiting for him, and that should be the round done. But Windansky, one of the more experienced players here on the XL side. coming towards quad, but he's got some company in the form of apartments as well, making some noise, and there's the final frag. Clay, that's a sound cue he needed, and I'm not a fan of that at all. Why? When you know the money's been broken for the city side, and you rush through your own smoke, give yourself the grey screen, the disadvantage, and give the Deagle the first 2 frags. It's a little bit of a nightmare situation, not even checking these close range parameters. It's the AWP going in second as well. What were they really hoping for there? Sure, if there's no one there, it looks fine, but those sort of rounds, it's a risk and it's not required. You slow it right down. You bait out the utility to CTs, not use your own smoke as a disadvantage. That was a little bit hard to watch, but still, they have an AWP, AK-47 they have forced into this round, trying to rectify the mistake made in the previous.
Yeah, very curious about that one. Hopefully they'll work on that. Kamapanga being baited in a little there. But the playmakers will be Jacob and Luzzer in this. We do have Deagles up, we do have Tech-9s up for the rest, but they are the ones with the real weaponry. On the other side, you still have that AWP with Kamapanga, and versatility seems to be the name of the game for him.
Yeah, dynamic placement, changing it up every single round. He's had aces towards the B side, and now he opens things up in round number 10 here. It was the force buy from XL, Windansky going down first, but Kamapanga's still fighting it. I don't mind this for the AWP. Looks like XL will be forcing their way back towards the B side as well. Jacob, knife out, trying to join his comrades here as it's the AWP in the hands of Luzzer, who has been known to be a decent AWP in the Elite Series. He's up against Thomas and Cinder with a nice little crossfire here. Thomas can take all the attention away. He'll assume he's fall back to second boxes and allow his teammate to potentially spray them down here. That'll be down to Cinder, who's been strong on this B side of the map so far.
Crate slowly creeping over towards that B side as well. You see the limited utility put in. Interesting smoke from the CT side as well. Bit of a, not necessarily a full one-way, but Thomas certainly gets a good shot at it there. Means you have to fully commit through, and then you've got the player towards CT to give you a bit of vision. Luzzer, high flashing over this. He's going for it. First in with the AWP. It's a brave, bold play, and it's not working out. Cinder's already found Connor, and Luzzer again still looking for opportunities, but he's not given any at this point, and there's the play coming through from the Coffins. A quick and swift shutdown as Reason will start to stride ahead now.
Yeah, looking solid from Reason, getting an opening pick. I've been impressed with Kamapanga, quite quiet on the first map, Mirage, but seems to be stepping up here tremendously with the AWP on Inferno. Nice setup there as well, not giving too much away. We discussed this earlier in the half. Once you get the opening pick on the CT side, you want to fall back, get those crossfires, make the T's work for any sort of pick. Don't give it to them on the plate. Lovely crossfire there, I have to say. It's Cinder with that Galil in hand. Managed to get the opening pick, and this really made things chaotic for XL. Have to take the full eco here. Cinder's away, he's got the MP9 out, try and farm some cash, shut the round down as quickly as possible. Just PT50s and Glocks here, no armor for XL. Objective, get the bomb down, but very, very unlikely that happens. If they get 1 kill in the round, that's a success in itself, considering the buy they have here.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Henry, I've been a little disappointed with the XLT side.
I've heard a lot about it.
Well, it's because it was, it was just a lot of potential was shown on it. In the last couple of weeks, we were all getting a little excited about it. It was a map that they look strong on, and it's a real shame to see maybe that a little bit of a win getting...
The problem I can see with this team is they're very tunnel vision on the strategy side of it. They have an objective at the very start. If they lose an opening pick, that's when they seem to crumble. They don't seem to have the kind of recovery mentality. So as soon as that tactic gets shut down, they don't really know how to get back into the round. And that seems quite prevalent towards that B side. They go with 4 players, they're missing some smokes. It's a little bit back and forth. No one wants to commit. One player goes in, he's caught in smoke, and then they don't want to go past a certain choke point. They look a little bit flustered at times, but this should be a very easy round. Thomas with some nice frags. I'm not going to get too hyped about it. Like we said, up against a full eco here. Probably finds his last 2. It's going to be Hoodlum. The steals one away from him. Just Connor now with 74 HP. No bomb. PT50 hoping a mistake comes in. But Cinder should find the frag. As I say that, Connor does get a nice little shot there, trying to damage the economy of the CTs. Now with the MP9 in hand. Good defensive utility usage there, but Connor, okay, finds the AWP kill. Maybe we've got something to work with here. 30 seconds though. We can just save the AWP. That's quite a promising mentality going forward, I would say, into round number 12.
Yeah, not bad, considering what, he had a P250, taken 2 guns away, stripped them of all the utility, maybe got an AWP for it. Might be hunted down in the end, might lose out on it, but good damage.
It means as well, they kill the MP9 and the P250, he gets $900, so he can get the armor with what he has. He won't get any money for this round because he stays alive after the round expires, but there's enough of some armor there. He can see what he can do. We know he can be decent with the AWP. Try and stay alive, Connor. It's not worth the frag. Oh, no.
Connor!
Oh, why has he done that? Just stay alive, mate. It's not worth it. That's definitely not worth it. Just stay alive and keep the AWP up. Oh, he gets no money now and no AWP. That's quite disappointing. Didn't have to go for that kill. Just hide in the sandbag. Sure, they might have checked it, but they wouldn't have hunted him down that quickly. Number 12. So Jacob has given, we heard it on the comments there, he gives Connor the AK-47. He goes under Tech-9. He is definitely the support player. Jacob likes to lurk and hold angles where his teammates are showing presence towards the other side of the map. So that's fine. Jacob trying to do what he can with the pistol there, helping a brother out, dropping the AK over after Connor got no cash whatsoever.
And Connor is still one of the younger members of this team as well, a little newer than Jacob, who's been around for what feels like years, to be fair, and he has been. He's been a
absolutely
a mainstay in the UK scene, so very well aware of how to make this work for the team. There's Lazza looking for opportunity, another young gun to the roster. And it looks like a bit of a diligent hit here coming through. Hopefully a nice kind of crunch towards quad that we saw before working well, but the utility is still sitting quite comfortably with Reasons. They'll have to draw that out somehow. So Molly's already come in to slow this hit down. Waits on quad. Good trade from Boaster in the end, makes his way through, and they've still got a nice line to run here, but Thomas has found his way. There's 3 now remaining. Jacob again trades back and forth. They had decent step here, and they haven't fully committed, so they could turn tail and go back towards B. They have 50 seconds to play with, but that's a great bit of positioning from Lazza, catching out Cinder and trying to bait in the rest of Reason.
Here we go then. Out to Cray. He's on the bomb side, lying in wait. Can't get anything done though. I think his gun barrel is exposed and Boaster punishes him through the box. Now Kamapanga being great so far, continues a good form as he takes down that first kill. 2-on-1 situation as well, but he's not messing around here. Wants to push through the smoke, but Jacob, ready and waiting, finds the final frag here. Oh, Kamapanga, he felt brave there. I was kind of getting a bit excited. I was believing with the low HP as well, but the AWP falls apart at the last hurdle. And it's a good recovery from XL. That was another difficult buy for them. AKs, Tech-9s, Galils out there. Not much utility. Staying in that Wolfpack formation towards the east of the map, especially towards apartments as well. Trading effectively. And they post another round on the board here. So, Reason Gaming presumably still have plenty of cash here. Not an amazing amount. See Kamapanga, who has been buying those orbs left, right, and center. He goes down to the Deagle. And Thomas on the orb. So he must have a good spawn. That's the only reason I can feel like he goes on to the AWP. Is Kamapanga's been so good with that weapon.
Well, he's the one getting boosted up and over. So Thomas is going to have a little look down Banana. Connor. Ooh, he was considering the high flash. That could have worked out well, but a good first strike again from Thomas. This time able to get away scot-free as well. No frag going to come back. Both shooting through the smoke. He's fine. So good early damage.
Absolutely. That's what we want to see, especially when you've got one player without a weapon. Go for that first pick if you have the AWP as well. It's Thomas, who hasn't been the AWP on Inferno so far. It's Kamapanga. That's why I thought it was interesting to give him the weapon, but it works out. Boost him on the wall, get the first kill towards T-Spawn. And it's Thomas rotating in. That's what we like to see from AWPers. Show presence on one side of the map, then move over. Funnel them to another position. As he gets towards the A site here. It will be mid-control gifted towards XL, but that's fine. Your CTs want to keep the crossfires up and work as a unit. Thomas can't hit the shot though, and now more blunders coming in from the CT side.
I'm surprised that they're falling apart like this. They had a great stack towards A. They had the 3 players there.
They're too keen for the frags. They want to try and challenge at every possible opening they have.
Well, this could be nice though for Hoodlum. I think Boaster's going to check on it from up on Graveyard. Have a little look over. Nice work from Boaster. Just go through the checklist of things. Don't let people get away with it. Don't lose guns out at this point. Bombs planted, and Kamapanga does only have the Deagle, but plenty of utility to fall away with. But still, nice opening power coming out from them.
You've got to ask yourself with Thomas as well, even if he gets that kill towards Boiler, he's definitely getting refragged there. The orb's got a 2-second reset in the right. He's got to find that first shot. Just get his knife out and hope he doesn't get refragged. He needs to stay on the bomb side, be in the pick. Graveyard would be in a great position at that point as well. Take one shot, hide, buy yourself some time, wait for the rotations in. It just seemed like they're too keen to get those highlight moments and get the quick no-scopes and try and get as much as they can done towards the quad area. But it's a difficult round for Reason to give away once again. Their money is not in a great position. We said Kamapanga came into this with just a pistol as well, so that suggests they have to be going into the next round. They will indeed. We just scored about 2K per player there. And it's XL, who seem to be fighting back. They're not so great in the gun rounds here, but when they have a mishmashed buy with just pistols and AKs and a couple of Galils, they seem to be coming to their own. That's when they just work as a 5-man unit without the strategy there.
Yeah, it does seem as though that works far greater for them.
Yeah.
At least at this point. Again, a couple of seconds to discuss. And yeah, the money's suffering now for a reason, of course. These kind of rocky CT sides, any back and forward, you're always going to be feeling the pinch on that one. So hopefully for XL, they keep this clean. Certainly seen issues before, but nice shot from Lazza.
Yeah, Kamapanga wanted to get the 1 dig there from the top of middle. It's ambitious at best, but taken down. Same story for Cray as well as Windansky. This is how you play the anti-ecos, Lauren. You don't just rush that middle for your own smoke. You hold up in the depot, you wait for CT aggression. Then you get it, and you go together, utilize the grenades you have, and then go frag by frag. Everyone getting the refrag potential. Don't go through the smokes. You've got plenty of time to work with it. Not required. This is how you should be doing it. All 5 players staying alive at this point, and the bomb will be planted, and it's much better. XL waiting for the challenges coming to the CTs, and didn't give a single point of help away, it seems. Very well done.
Henry, whenever I play CS with you, I get told this sort of thing.
Yeah, this is pretty much the spiel I give you at the start of the round, right, guys?
It's really,
you don't have to do anything. They have to find the kills. They're going to be in the offense. So just hold back and everyone hold a choke point. I'll tell you what to do after 45 seconds.
You always sound like a marginally disappointed parent.
I know. When we play with Alex as well, he gets really disheartened when he plays with me, doesn't he?
He does get a little bit sad.
Yeah.
You know, I think he looks up to you. You know, Henry?
It's true.
think he sees you like a father figure. He calls you daddy. It works like that. So I think he just takes it quite hard. And
he does. I can confirm that. Anyway, we'll get into round number 15, and we'll see whether Excel can convert this half into a victory. It's a mishmash by one. Cinder back on that P90. He seems to be a fan of it. Haven't really seen it lighting up the scoreboard as of yet, but this is the round for it to do so. M4s, no kits, P90s and Laza. He's not messing around. First shot coming in. That's lovely. Another 5-on-4 in favor of Excel. Now they can be on the defense. Hold up, wait for the reactions to come in from the CTs at this point as we hit the 1:30 mark.
See maybe a better brand of Counter-Strike at this point. Connor there looking for opportunities on Banana, not overextending, not allowing himself to fall into the trap. As Reason are pretty attentive towards the top of Banana this time. They still have 2 players present there, tapping away. Got to be careful. You still don't want to just overextend on your own. You can see them trying to bait him in on this. If he gets any closer, there could be trouble. Yeah. And he is going to fall away.
Well, here we go. Huge advantage here for Excel after a bit of a turmoil in the first half, I have to say. They have recovered and looking likely to be the 8-7 in their favour. It's down to Cray now as he goes towards quad. A nice shot on JK and no refrag coming in as of yet. Cinder down to 51 points of health and Cray caught with his knife out. He does go down. That should be the round. No kits available, only a couple of flashbangs as well. That P90. It's interesting to see it come out so often, but Cinder trying to make it work here. 3 kills to find. Laza, not a great position for the AWP. Has to make noise there with the scope as he pulls it out, but nails the shot. And now just Karmapanya, who has been lights out in the first stage of this half as well, but then went off the AWP. And he's gone a little bit quiet here. It will be the round in favor of Excel. Karmapanya looking to pad his stats potentially here, but Laza takes him down, and there it is. 8-7. Great recovery from Excel.
It did look pretty dire for a while. There were mistakes happening that were surprising.
Unforgivable mistakes.
It really was, considering that was their T side as well. That was their strongest side. We talk about them being quite a tactical team, and the way they approach it is quite cerebral. That looked sloppy on occasion, that running through the smoke moments. There's a couple of things you're sat there going, this shouldn't be how you're trying to stay in this tournament, essentially, work through towards the playoffs.
Just to reiterate, I don't want to just join in. It's going to be, if it is 2-0 for Excel, they have a chance at the playoffs. Mathematically, it's still possible. It's not possible now for Reason Gaming, who have lost the first map here. So this finishes the draw. Both of these teams cannot make it to the playoffs. That's quite a scary prospect here. Like you said at the beginning of this map, it's just down to Reason now trying to deny Excel making it to the playoffs here. So something still to play for in that respect, I guess. A bit of redemption going forward.
Yeah, and it kind of puts you into the realm of, you want to be that 4th team. That's what you're eyeing up. Right now, it's, I think, Team Infuse sat there, who've had a decent run as of late. Kind of people have been a little surprised it's been them doing the run as well, because I think everyone looked at Method originally, which had, the bigger UK names, the classics.
When I came in last week, I thought, Method, they must be running away with this. Look at these names they've got available to them. Very experienced players, but the results just haven't been coming in for them whatsoever. It's Infuse flying the flag for the UK in the 4th spot. Obviously, you've got the likes of Epsilon, Envious there. And Infuse with good results last week, taking down Prophecy 2-0. I was actually pretty impressed with them. We'll see them later. We're getting to the second half here on Inferno. It's Excel with the lead for now, 8-7. And we'll have a look at the T-side buy. 3 sets of armor, some smokes and flashbangs deployed quite early on. Bosa looking to find the first few shots. He's got blind players in front of him, but there it is. Now the headshots start to come in thick and fast. It's Cinderno with the first shot in return, but Windansky shuts it down. Another B rush approach there with early utility use towards the B side, but Bosa baited in, flashed to perfection as well. Missed the first few shots, but the last 4 certainly went in his favor as they lined up for him.
Good.
I like this. We can actually hear clear.
Just a little bit in between.
Because normally when we get that, it's obviously like European teams or Scandinavians. I'm just like, cool, Matt, we've listened to that. Can't really tell you too much. My Danish isn't great.
No, sadly. But Stack Nade, I think, was pretty much it, which you're going to be seeing there. So Windansky making a bit of a call. He's not known for being the in-game leader, but it does seem as though he does have quite a value to this team.
Oh, definitely.
His thoughts and opinions do come
He's
through.
been around a long time. He knows what he needs to pick up some key rounds here, but apparently it's Connor. This is almost a mirror round of what we saw in the first half, but this time they do get the refrag. It's not Connor picking up both kills like he did in the first.
Yeah, slight difference. They can fall away from this. They don't give up too much. And also, if Windansky feels like it, he can also throw that gun over if they don't want to lose out on anything. Seems like Excel control the situation. It doesn't spiral like we saw before, because that was pretty terrifying when that trade didn't come through. So down to Karmapanya and Thomas. Working up Banana, and no, they didn't have the time to throw away the rifle. So that does fall into the hands of Karmapanya. There was a second, but obviously they don't know how many are down at the bottom. Banana T stairs. So you can kind of forgive Windansky on that one. Hopefully they can look for that later. But they've fallen back towards playing quite passive on the site, and it does allow Reason to get quite close by. The Deagle, oh, that's a stunner and a half. And now you can see Thomas left in the predicament. Delivered well on the first map, and he will again this time.
Well, it's the danger man. It's Thomas in a 2v1 situation. The bomb will be planted. He's got that protection with the smoke and CT spawn as well. CT's coming in. This is a big round for them. MP9 and the UMP. But Thomas now, he knows he can win this round. Famas in hand as well. Time ticking away. The CT's playing this correctly, playing together, but the first headshot comes in, but he only gets one. It's both of the refrag. That's how you should be doing it. Make it one interaction instead of two. Coming together, get the refrags. Bosa, he knows it's a big round. Not as much enthusiasm as the screaming. I'm waiting for it to hear the war cries, but doesn't want to seem to kind of get it carried away of himself right now. Wants to make sure they're comfortable, and then he can start screaming again. There's Thomas. Unfortunately, didn't win the clutch this time. Been great in this series, but he's really been, I guess, Karma Panya in the first half of this map was very good, but Thomas has been the MVP for the team, but hasn't quite been enough overall. No,
quite hard for him. It's a hard map to find individual moments on as much. It's not. It doesn't seem to lend to it as much as maybe on Mirage, where you get a little bit more freedom. The nade stack just misses, and this could be big. But oh, Connor, there he is, 2 kills. Jacob right beside him, and Luzza's there again, not allowing things to slip out of control. Hoodlum desperate for a plant, can't get it done.
Quite a simple round there. That's quite a common strategy in top tier CS as well. If you know they're on a full eco, get the nades down there, send your SMG players hunting for frags, sandwich them in towards the banana, and just do not allow them any sort of entry point towards our bomb site. So that's a nice play from Excel. 11-7, decent lead here as we enter round number 19. A bonus round situation here, I have to say, for XL. We've got 2 MP9s, Lauren, and a Famas as well. If you win this round, it's such a fantastic position to be in. You pretty much win the game at that point. You have so much money going forward, but you can't afford to lose it as well. More audacious approach here from Boaster. Wants to try and get this first pick once again. Kamapanga presumably waiting for him, but gets 1 kill, Boaster, and Lazar with a second as well. It's all falling apart for a reason here as the bomb is dropped in seat steps. It's still within their reach. It's Thomas looking from second middle, trying to get the refrag.
And no one's actually watching second mid, so obviously you don't know that if you're Thomas, but he could have easily picked up whomever pushed down to the bottom mid, maybe made a play towards banana, but it's not what he had in mind. But now you can see Conside consider it, and there's the play. Lazar keeps it in mind this time. Any play going around, and obviously the play through underpass didn't go so well as Hoodlum's pretty much in spawn. Starting to feel a bit of the pressure here. Excel making it hurt more than anything. And I love CT-sided aggression on this map. I think it's very hard to pull off well. You're going through choke points that don't necessarily favor you, so if Hoodlum can do anything, this would be very unlikely. But as said, any teams who can make it work, I love seeing it.
It's beautiful, especially we've got 2 MP9s and a Famas. That's such a massive round there for the CTs to pick up. You're going to throw Reason Gaming down to an eco now, no bomb planted. It's certainly a risk, but you know you've got money into the next round as well. So you want to be throwing a bit of a spanner into the works and showing you're going to be aggressive. Lack of respect, Counter-Strike, which wins you games, especially at this level as well. It's a UK derby. They want to show they're the more dominant force here, looking for that 2-0. 12-7 now. We do have a little partial buy from Reason Gaming. CZs, Deagles, P250s, a couple of smokes and flashbangs here. Thomas and Cinder with the body armor, but it's Lazar back on the AWP, looking down towards T-steps. He knows he's got some room to work with there. Certainly won't be an AWP on the other side. He's getting intel for his team, but very passive AWP on the CTs generally. He'll fall back to a more defensive line towards Arch. You can see his teammates both in the pit as well. That's what you like to see. Don't give anything away. Middle's fine. That's not a bomb site. Let them have it. Don't take challenges here. Work together as a unit.
We said before we'd have loved seeing the AWP as well for the other side when Reason were on the CT side in this sort of position. Boaster can now play off the back of this. They will be able to get towards the side. They will be able to get close. That's now an issue. He misses some sitters there, but Jacob, nice positioning. There's that crossfire coming in. No one can push Lazar for free. He's allowed to play out of this, and now it's just down to Cinder.
Absolutely. Cinder has somehow...
I don't think he's...
How has he got there? I have no idea.
He's a wizard, Harry.
Oh, he needs to work out how he plays this one, though. Probably doesn't win the round, but if he can find a couple of kills, he's going to bide his time. Got the bomb in his back pocket as well. So here we go. 4-on-1 situation. This, I don't think you should plan it. I think you should wait. You've got so much time. Wait for a mistake to come in here. He knows players is towards a pip. No one looking at Arch right now. He could go top of middle and find 2 kills, but maybe he sneaks through CT spawn and win Dansky. The timing's... Oh, God. Don't go for that. Oh, that's it. Oh, dear. There was so much potential. And I think, yeah, he's just checked out this round now. He's like, well, I had such a sick opportunity there, but blew my load. And unfortunately, will be taken down. Not a single kill. From such a promising position. Sure, he probably doesn't win the round there, but just at least get a bomb down or a couple of kills. Something to work with. He didn't have to kill Windansky. He could have let him walk past a little bit and maybe got 2 frags for it, but wanted to maybe upgrade to an AK-47, give himself a fighting chance in terms of firepower. Doesn't work out, and Windansky somehow survives. And it's another round on the board for XL. There he is on your screen right now. Another veteran here, the Elite Series, Windansky. Been playing for about 10 years now.
Seen teammates go to great success. Obviously, Barbar.
That's true.
Toxic days.
Absolutely.
He's seen them all kind of go to other places. He just fell off a bit, but I like this from Boaster. The JW peek out of apartments. You don't see it that much anymore because the utility in the spots so you can play back in, the wall bangs, it's all there. But no 1-for-1 trade out. If you're feeling confident, it looks like XL they just want to kind of rub it in more than anything. You can tell it's getting to that sort of point in the evening. Or afternoon, should I say. It certainly feels like evening. 13-7, though. Reason Gaming still with potential to do some work here, but it feels that, as said, mentally, they're not quite in it at the moment. As Lazza will find Kamapanya, and it's down to 3.
4 on 3 indeed. 1 minute remaining, and they do have mid control here with utility to work with, but it's Lazza on the AWP and Jacob with good challenges here as well. It's a nice flashbang on the door, gives you a chance to look towards that quad position, but he uses it to bide himself some time and fall back and actually get it towards that pit position. But good Molotov as well. Just waiting for his teammates to rotate in. It's down to Jacob here to cause some damage towards the T side and potentially find the 14th round.
I like this from XL. They're making
them
work for it. Yeah, it's so hard to break this crossfire, especially with a third player over there, but they still have one by Arch, and you can see Connor and Jacob doing just fine by themselves. It's going to put Thomas in a bit of a dire spot, trying to play this off as best he can, but he's surrounded as well. Luz has got the back. He can't fall off this one now. He can't go around towards CT Arch without being spotted. And XL know this. There might be a chance that he could get towards Apps, but again, highly unlikely, and he's just dying for them to make a mistake. But we've seen that they do have discipline. Been playing with it well. Connor takes a swing at the same time. Good timing between the two. Frustration kicking in there for Thomas.
Yeah, you can see it starting to hit home now. And it will likely be a 2-0 here unless Reason really pull out all the stops at this point. He has to be the difference maker here. Thomas is certainly their star player. But it's XL in a very comfortable position. Like we said, not giving too much away. We saw Reason Gaming in opportunities where they had the advantage, challenging it towards squad and getting themselves in really problematic situations. But not seeing that from XL. They get the advantages and fall back very passive. That's what top teams do on this map as well. Make the teams work for it. Make sure they don't get the opening jewels they require. Boaster might look towards second middle here. I like this play. Good flashbangs as well. This is what we wanted to see from the CT side of XL. Flashbangs over. Aggressive play. First pick coming in. Back to that passive hold now. Connor has got to smoke towards T-steps. Want to explore that idea a little bit more. Check out there's no one towards the lock position or the cubby hole, but now this is looking very, very good indeed.
Yeah, this is a CT side that I was kind of hoping to see at the very start of the season. You know, this well drilled, nice banana control going on, bit of aggression here and there, and just showing what the teams have been working on. It was a bit of a disappointment to not see that from others, but now we're seeing it here, which is perfectly fine by my account. But Reason, what you do, you've got limited map control. Boaster's showing presence in second mid. You don't know if he pushed it. You don't know if he's in T-apps. You've seen banana control being exerted. You have almost no territory on this map. You have to work back in every step of the way. First flash comes in. That'll force Lazza at least off the peak down towards banana. There's the molly of a response, though that could have been a connection. You can see them burning. Thomas just continues to run it through, but they hit the brakes finally.
Yeah, nice smoke. Utility usage there on point from Lazza. Doesn't hit any damage, but gets information. They're coming towards B at least. You can see 4 players on the minimap right now. Probably going to execute, but they've only got 1 smoke, Lauren, so that means it's going to be a pretty poor one. You can smoke CD spawn, and then you have Coffin zone. You have to smoke CD spawn. You cannot leave that position exposed. It means the orb is rotating, kill you down. And it's going to be Lazza, though, towards that emo position. Thomas looking to open things up. Just has to walk in, hope for the best. Baits out the shot, but doesn't find a frag just yet.
Ooh, but Hoodlum finding Connor removes the support system, but Lazza doesn't need it. He is all good on his own, and there's the shutdown in the end from him. Prey gets decimated. You've got to start enjoying yourself at that point. XL, as said, considering we were hyping up how loud they're going to be in Boaster's screen, when they finally actually start winning and they're grinding out the rounds, they're kind of just keeping calm and going through the motions.
I think that's the best way to be, you know.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it's quite funny to be shouting like that, but at the same time, I'd rather be winning games and being composed instead of trying to focus on that. It's something we saw, like, this is a reach. But Immortals, if you think back to them in the major, right, when they were all fired up and so emotional, and they had very amazing highs, but as soon as they started losing, it's difficult to get their heads back into the game. And that's something I want to see. Just be composed. Sure, celebrate massive clutches and moments where it requires it, but don't go overboard and make a bit of a joke out of it. I think that you need to be concentrating on these wins.
This is the win they said they needed. Boaster tries it a third time. Not going to get away with it. A little bit different. He does go down towards kind of the T side of apps and try and make a bit of an aggressive play. This does mean that Apartment's control finally gets gifted over, but look what they've lost out on. You win one side of the map, you lose out on the other, and Connor. I almost felt he was going to find that shot towards Kamapanga, but he doesn't. This is better from Reason. It's a little individual, sure, but it's working out.
Yeah, now they have the advantage here. Sure, it's map point, series point for XL, but trying to keep their heads above water here. It's down to Windansky. Almost guaranteed this frag. It's not the prettiest exchange, but gets in nonetheless. It's down to Lazza now. He's fantastic with this AWP. He holds towards the pip, and it looks like Reason game. We've got an inkling that the B side should be open. They know Lazza's towards A, and Windansky just show his hand towards Arch as well. So logically, the bomb side will be open. Hoodlum, feeling brave it seems, doesn't have the utility to smoke off CT spawn. Still a chance here for Windansky, but Kamapanga takes him down. That should be the round here, but Laza, he fancies his chances. Down to 55 HP, 3 versus 1 situation, hoping one of them makes a mistake. No need to challenge him whatsoever. You know he's got the AWP. Stay alive, boys. Make him come towards the bomb.
He's got the cash. Why not try and make a play happen? First port of call will be that close player, Hoodlum to the right. Steps too far. There it is. The punish comes out good. Resurgence from Reason. It's
something. It's a start.
It's something. It is. I don't want to get overexcited too much by this. It did feel a little individual. They were able to get away with a lot. Connor still made it all the way down. Banana got around the back, but it was traded out by Kamapanga. You could see the round then kind of falling away from them. But still.
He's going to challenge Banana and win the duel.
It's a confident call, Henry.
It is. It is. I guess that is a strategy, try and get that first pick. They are challenging, here it comes. On towards the Locks position, they need to find frags here. Challenging for it, doing some damage. Connor down to 48, but not going to be pushed back just yet. It's Windansky who's feeling like he wants to find these frags. It's going to be Jacob through the smoke. He gets a bonus kill there as he takes off the head of Hoodlum. Wasn't expecting the second one there. Probably can't believe his luck. 4-on-2 situation now. Thomas and Cinder trying to keep the hopes and dreams alive for Reason Gaming. 2-0 looking very likely at this point for XL and a chance at the playoffs. The kill comes in, that should be it now. Cinder, good luck, my friend. 4 kills to find. He has got the bomb and a minute to work with here, but I think he knows it's over. Smoke in towards the arch and hope a mistake is made, but there's no reason to give anything away at this point.
Yeah, valiant attempt, could be said, on this one. Yeah, you should pick your poison, isn't it? You've got a 1v4 to unravel. You have 1 flash, 1 molly, the rifle in your hand and the bomb in the back. So 47 seconds, he takes a risk. It's all come down to just Cinder to keep Reason in this one. This will be Excel's first full win as well.
Yeah, that's true. Their first 2-0, but
for them.
Let's make sure it comes in first, Lauren.
Yeah.
It's got 30 seconds. Anything can and will happen. But that should be it. There it is, Jacob, a nice confident frag to finish things off there. Lovely stuff from XL, a team we've been expecting to show up in the Elite Series so far, but nice more control play. Like I said, cerebral stuff from Boaster, not getting too ahead of himself, making sure he's quiet and loud at the right times, and they seem like they're a strong unit right now. A good 2-0 here, just what they needed to have a chance at the playoffs.
It's the first time we've seen them looking like a collective side, or like a team almost. You know, finally, it didn't feel individual, it didn't feel like one player was just having a great performance. It was everyone stepping up when required. Sadly for Reason, that's pretty much their run done here. Pride, I guess, is all they can fight for now going forward. You don't want to lose the entire season without having 1 victory on the board, but it's a tough one to stare down. They had a close run of things. A good couple of rounds came through. I was thoroughly impressed with what they were able to achieve, but sadly not enough. Thomas was certainly there. A couple of the others turned up, but it is what it is. It's the first real win for XL, so a big moment for those boys. But that's enough from us, Henry. We're going to take a short break, but while we do that, we can head over to the desk and hear what they had to say about that matchup.
Thank you very much, Pansy. Thank you very much, Henry G. You heard it. Your blinkers off, because I tell you what, XL have still got a chance to get into the playoffs. We'll talk about their match win in just a moment after this quick break.